You guys hearing that in the headphones?
No.
I'm not either. Let's figure it out.
Commercial.
All right. 5, 4.
What up, though? Welcome to the World Heavyweights Live on Woodward.com. I'm Eazy, Spin More Racks, yo, Chris, and Casper, the friendly ghost on the ones and twos. We are hot micing it today. I really got to get on it about getting an intern or something like that, but I appreciate you guys for hopping with us. Hit that like button.
Shout out Casper.
Shout out Casper. Couldn't do it without you. You're a real friend, and I appreciate you. Unlike JB and Kenny G.
Traders.
Trader G. Another Trader G.
Yeah.
No, all seriousness, I hope JB gets well. Maybe he's abducted. We just don't know.
You finally spoke.
Could be
You finally
abducted.
manifested it, Easy.
That'd be. I would feel bad.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I mean, you would
manifested
No,
it.
he's
definitely
just
have
sick.
to feel bad.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
When was the last time you talked to him?
I haven't talked to him.
That's what I'm saying. Cannot confirm nor deny. I put this randomly in the prep. Not really randomly, but I really do want to make sure that our guys make it into the Pro Bowl. So if you guys will make sure to, I think it's hashtag Pro Bowl, and then like the player's the last name, and then maybe another way about
I don't want
doing it,
anybody
too.
in the Pro Bowl.
What? Because you want to be in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if we're not, don't you want our guys? Don't they get a check or something like that?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm trying to get you guys an extra bag. If you're listening out there, I'm around St. Brown. Come on the show. Let's get you in the Pro Bowl. But make sure you vote our Detroit Lions into the Pro Bowl if they do not make the Super Bowl. Did I convince you at all yesterday when I was like, can you picture it, Spinny?
No.
Can you picture it, Chris?
No, not yet.
Do you think like we're just different? You think like when Booner and them talk, they actually like picture it?
I mean, Booner, he's got a lot of different pictures going through his brain. Booner's got pictures of tits of John Cena going through his brain at all times.
Yeah,
so,
I was going to say.
I don't know, but I mean, yeah, people believe it for sure. I think people have convinced themselves, but I'm not ready to jump on that.
It would be so crazy.
It'd be awesome.
It'd be fucking awesome for damn sure, but still like crazy nonetheless. I just like. Is that a PTSD thing or like a realistic thing? Like,
I know. I think it's both, but I think it's more so just realistic. Like I think you've seen a team that hasn't really looked up to par against certain teams that you would deem in the top tier of their schedule. So I feel like it's hard to right now sit here and look at this team in the totality of the season and say with confidence that this is a Super Bowl team. I think I'm not saying that the 1% can't happen or the outlier can't happen, but to say with confidence that the Lions are a Super Bowl team, I think is just a little too much.
Does that make me any less of a fan?
No.
Cause that's the thing I get. Like today, we have I don't know if it's on the topic sheet, whatever. You guys heard it if you were listening yesterday. I was like, yo, I think I could see the Chargers trying to get Ray Agnew and Ben Johnson as like a duo because they've worked together before, obviously here in Detroit, and we're doing great things. And somebody called me a hater for it, and I was like, how am I? I'm literally saying they did such a good job.
Yeah.
That somebody wants to promote them into
fans are cousins, man. It's
I guess it made me question, like, am I a hater? Like, what, I don't understand, like, why?
No, we can't just sit here and go for 2 hours talk about yay Lions, yay Lions, yay Lions.
That's what makes us different.
That's what for Victory Mondays.
Yeah,
Mondays
we did that on
Yeah.
Monday. We can do that on Monday, but we have a whole week, 2 hours to fill a day. We got to talk about some other stuff.
I'll try for you guys. I'll try to picture the Super Bowl. I'll try to speak into existence, just like we spoke in Hendon Hooker. Activated the roster. They let go of Riley Patterson, moved Hendon Hooker up. We're going to do a whole segment on that one a little later on in the show. We got Detroit Lions legend Herman Moore joining the show, which, by the way, only him and Amon-Ra St. Brown, the only two players in general in Lions history to have 90 receptions and over 900 yards and 5 touchdowns in the season.
Well, I mean,
90 receptions.
you could just say receivers because
the tight ends are there.
Yeah.
Fuck, Laporta might hit 90 receptions.
Yeah, you could.
That kid, it's crazy. Shout out to Mark White, by the way, too, because we interviewed him at the Bullseye event group thing, and I asked him, like, who's your number one line right now? And he's like, Sam Laporta. And then I asked him, but he said because he's on his fantasy team. I was like, okay, if you had to make an investment, because obviously mortgages, investing, homes, whatever. I was like, who would you pick to like take them all the way? And he said Jahmyr Gibbs. And that night, Sam Laporta, Jahmyr Gibbs combined for 5 touchdowns.
Yeah.
We gotta get this guy on the show every Friday for pick'ems or
Hell
something.
yeah.
Because like that was actually pretty crazy, pretty impressive. Spinny, did you do your homework last night?
Oh, you gotta wear the hot dog suit.
Oh yeah, is it in here?
Oh yeah.
I'll wear it tomorrow. Is it in here?
I don't know.
We're
You're
5
looking
minutes
around
in
like
the show. He's like, it's too deep.
Yeah,
Can't turn
go
back.
past point of no return. No, you don't want to
to.
embarrass yourself in front of Herm. I understand.
Yeah, see? Yeah, see?
I'm going to tell him that you should be in a hot dog suit, but
Yeah.
you're shaking your responsibility.
I'm gonna make this face like like you're a fucking lunatic or something.
Yeah.
Hot dog suit? Like,
Fuck, dude, you take your medicine today?
there is a hot dog suit in it. All right, everybody's got to wear it once. And you talk in the hot dog suit. Like, I don't know. The dogs start flying in. They start talking.
He just clicks off immediately.
Just go with it.
Um,
Is the hot dog suit in the room right now, Spencer?
where this Christmas tree did the hot dog suit touch you?
Yeah, whoa.
Whoa.
I'm not
Why
Brady's
always
uncle.
got to
I
go
know.
there?
Unky Nick?
Or Nick's uncle. Why did I say Brady?
I don't know.
Maybe
like
he's
a-
a victim too.
It is what it is. Did
He's
you make
got
your
victim
roster?
mentality. My roster? No.
No. No fun. No fun at all. How about this? Matt Patricia still find no way
Yeah.
to keep the Detroit Lions out of the playoffs in a losing effort. What a fucking game last night.
Yes. Great game.
This shit was amazing.
Shout out my boy K9.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts. Putting up numbers for my fantasy team. Got me that dub.
Fuck him, dude. That shit pissed
Love
me
that.
off.
Love that shit.
Pissed me off. Didn't even have a good game. Just
No,
got
he
two
didn't.
touch pushes.
Well, one of them wasn't a touch push.
Oh, yeah, you're right. The first one.
Yeah, so show some respect.
Okay, whatever. The second one, though, fuck.
Oh, yeah. As soon as DeAndre Swift went down to that 1 yard line, I was
Dude.
like, let's fucking go.
Because I was going against Jalen Hurts, and I was up. And then that was the nail in the coffin. Then I had A.J. Brown, too. And he just played like shit last night. Couldn't get A.J. Brown the ball.
I had A.J. Brown, Jalen Hurts, and Kenneth Walker.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
I didn't see you at K9. Did you see my text
Guy was
last night?
playing had Dallas Goedert.
I don't know if I asked if he would have like the Lions' offensive line, would he be like top 3 in the league? Kenneth Walker. I love watching him play.
Behind the Lions' offensive line?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. He's
'Cause even that cut he
explosive.
made for that touchdown last night, it was just like the other guy was just so like fucking like
What he
it was a
did
cartoon
last
shit.
night is what he did during his amazing run at Michigan State.
Yeah.
Like, he wasn't getting any blocking.
Team on his back,
He
though.
was getting hit in the backfield, making people miss in the
Broken
backfield,
leg.
and still going crazy with a broken leg, dude. Like, that's what he does, man. He makes people miss. He's elusive, and he gets a lot of yards.
I hope that. And I mean, Pete's pretty good at what he does. Talking about Pete Carroll, I just hope that he's like, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. I hope he sees success though, because I hate when like major talent that goes to waste. Like I've never like been like, I did get emotional when we clinched the playoffs against the Chargers like forever ago when we restored the roar with like Jim Schwartz and the boys. But like I recalled myself probably 2 years ago, just random summer night. I was watching Calvin Johnson's like top 100 plays, and bro, I got like sad. Like, almost like sad enough to cry. Like, dude, we wasted this guy's fucking.
Yeah, we wasted.
We gave him nothing.
Yeah.
That just fucking it hurt.
It's embarrassing.
Like at least Barry got a playoff win.
At least Barry got something. Calvin got nothing.
Nothing, bro. Not. It's fucking. It's sad.
Feel
man.
bad for the guy.
Did you feel? I
I'm
never felt
starting
that
to
way
feel about
Stafford,
Cade,
but-
man. I'm starting to feel that Grant Hill Pistons. That's how
Shut
I'm
the
feeling.
fuck
Shut the
I'm
fuck
joking.
up. Don't ever compare Cade Cunningham to Calvin Johnson.
No, what were you saying,
No. Obviously not.
Oh, you're
but
saying that's like
just
with Cade right now?
Just like the wasted,
Yeah.
the,
Well,
the
he's
fear
only,
of
like-
wasting talent.
For me, and I know it's like year 3 for him. Still feels like a sophomore year. Like
Yeah.
I ain't really feeling like that point with him, but also, yeah, like Calvin Johnson's.
Calvin
fucking-
Johnson's
Yeah,
top 3
That's like
receiver
low-key
in NFL
disrespectful
history.
to Calvin. 'Cause
That
I ain't
is
gonna lie to you.
extremely
That's
disrespectful.
disrespectful.
That is extremely
That's fair.
disrespectful.
I did not mean it in that context.
No,
just
you
in the
shut your
context
mouth,
of-
all right?
In the context
said enough.
of just
One bird
great
in your
players
hand and
being
2 in the
wasted.
bush.
Yeah,
huh?
2 in your bush.
Fucking old people.
I hate when 2 are in the bush.
Fuck. How about Stick and Neil just slap dicking it up today, huh?
Yeah, it was,
Did I hear them call Jared Goff a top 3 quarterback?
they did.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
I peeped your battle, but I understood your.
I was fighting, dude. I was fighting.
It's
fighting for my fucking life out here.
It's useless, bro.
Yeah, I know.
The delusion.
When they said, when Neil said Jared Goff at $50 million a year would be a discount to market, and Stick said he's one of the 3 best quarterbacks in the NFL, I was like, all right, I can't argue. I can't argue with this.
Yeah, there's no sound logic.
Yeah.
It's
And
like-
you say talent doesn't matter. I was like, oh, okay.
yeah.
Talent doesn't matter. All right.
And the reel they rolled out today is the shots at us, saying like we're spoiled. And then the two hand in the bush, whatever the fuck that means.
Yeah, they got
Are we fingering people? What's going on?
They got two hands in their bush for sure.
They got two hands in their bush.
They got two gray bushes up here talking about his.
And I love Neil. I'm more disappointed.
Yeah,
I knew
right.
Stick was a slappy.
Stick is a super slap.
Yeah, and he's like he'll wear.
He owns it.
Yeah, exactly. But Neil, you're supposed to be like Mr. like salary cap guy.
Yeah, they compare Goff to Brady and Mahomes.
Yeah, that did happen.
Yeah, like I said, I can't do much when I'm. There's no logic to go after.
Do you think it's because this is the best Lions team of? I mean, it's the best Lions team of our life too. But
Yeah.
they live longer lives. You think that's like why? Maybe?
Yeah, for sure.
Just years of torment. And
And
just
Yeah.
I don't know.
the first two.
It's excitement.
Job. I'm telling you guys.
Yeah.
What were you say, Chris?
No, it's just you nailed it. It's the first Toothy blow job.
Yeah.
It's excitement. It's it's new to them. They don't know what's better and out there.
And this Rufus Hayes. Would you trade for Justin Fields or give up draft picks? I know not realistic. FYI, I have no problem with Goff. No, I'm not going to trade for Justin Fields. I'm not giving the Bears more picks.
Nah, he takes too long to read the field.
Yeah, I'm not trading for Justin
He
Fields.
is fun to watch.
He's a good weapon. He's a good quarterback, but I'm not trading for him. No.
One thing, I don't know why. Doesn't even matter how hard I try. Inside my mind, no. But one thing I did peep though when we played against them, that fucking sick ass little reverse play they had with DJ Moore and Justin Fields.
Yeah.
I was like, that's
pretty
a good
dope.
play.
That's pretty
a good
dope.
play right there. And I don't want just a mobile quarterback. I'm just saying. I guess he is pretty good. But I know I wouldn't.
Listen, Detroit supremacy. I mean, statistically, this year Goff has been better than Mahomes, and that's not opinion. That's numbers. Make it a fact. All right, if you think Jared Goff is a better quarterback than Mahomes, more power to you.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's really what it is at this point. And that's why, like, and no offense to supremacy, but that's why I got blocked on Twitter. I can't deal with the delusion. I can't like, show you numbers, stats, and facts, and you just continue to deny me at every single point. I can't. There's no saving you guys.
God hates cowards. Spenny and Eazy were born on third as Lions fans. Try 43 years of this shit. We get one good season, you're already on the deconstruct. That's why I give you grief. How were we born on third? We saw 0-16. We saw the terrible teams. We saw Quintricia. We saw Marinelli. Yeah. Like, just stop. It's not like we just became Lions fans this year, bro. We dealt with this shit all of our lives, too.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Easy's 50 years old. He's dealt with this shit, too.
No, that ass though. I've had enough lion pain. The Calvin Johnson catch rule. I think that's the literal reason why I hate the Bears so goddamn much, because of that play. I had the flag picked up against the Dallas Cowboys. I had the situation explained to you earlier yesterday or last week. Was like, yo, you saw Aaron Rodgers go down, you saw freaking Jay Cutler go down, and we still failed to win the division. I have enough Lions pain to be the same way you are.
Gatekeeping Lions pain from like
Yeah,
I'm 27 years
ridiculous.
old. The Lions have sucked my entire life except for this year and last year and a couple years with Stafford. Like, I've been through the pain too. Relax, bro.
It's not a fucking contest.
The gatekeeping the pain is kind of weird.
That's
I guess what
you saw 5 years, dude. These guys are fucking.
Like, and that's the part that confuses me too. Is like, at the end of the day, we watch football, all right? Like, we know the storyline of these teams end up going to the Super Bowls, and the storyline of these teams that flip from like worst to first. And there's a lot more narrative close to like I think the logic that we speak, and the logic that these. I mean, quite literally. If you want to be Detroit supremacy and have like facts behind it, the 12.5% rule is a thing. What did Burn say?
Burn in the Woodward Sports Chat. He says, we never saw a playoff win, unlike you boomers. Yeah, you motherfuckers have seen more success out of this franchise than I have.
Yeah.
So where are you coming to me for? You guys have seen better Lions teams than I have. I've never seen a playoff win in my life.
And only 2 playoff bursts.
Yeah.
Maybe 3.
Pain keeping, maybe, says Chef Does. Yeah, like,
Pain keeping.
I'm not in here to gatekeep Lions fans, man. We've all dealt with pain. We've all been through it.
Pain without love.
Tell us about Glorious, Chris.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get stuck down that rabbit hole.
Whenever
All
I
right.
feel pain, it's
Glorious
nothing at
Cannabis
all.
is back with a new ice water bubble hash infused pre-roll called the Honolulu Blue. It smells so good. It's like the whiff of the first playoff win in 31 years that you boomers saw. It's a gassy, aggressive strain named in honor of Detroit football. You can get it today at gloriouscanna.com. and use the code Woodward at checkout for 25% off. Now, Spencer, why don't you tell us about Jack the Labrador?
What has watching and arguing about sports made you a last-minute holiday shopper? Feeling more pressure than Jared Goff in the pocket behind an injured O-line? Jack Labrador has you covered. It will change your gifting game. In-your-face heads-up play that'll have you at the edge of your seat. It's the one deck that brings 3 games to your table. Perfect for lazy last-minute shoppers like you. Jack Labrador is the ultimate gift that keeps the holiday fun going. Scan the QR code above or go to jacklabrador.com to get your decks today.
Calling all landscapers.
Because I'd rather feel pain than nothing at all.
How would you?
Nice.
Is there a button we gotta press in there to make the sound go into our headphones?
I'm checking with JB. He said we're good.
How about a bad boy?
He said they can hear it. We just can't. So.
Oh, okay. But there is. I'm pretty sure.
And even a chainsaw.
Right. Shout out Casper. He's doing a great job.
Shout out.
Boomer simply adopted the dark.
And even a weed whipper.
No, man.
Whether
See,
you
like, that's
landscape
funny.
for your
but
job or landscape for
everybody's
fun,
got
get
paint.
all
I'm
your
not here to
equipment from
rank
Outdoor
anybody's
Equipment
paint.
Co.,
We're
the
all-
official
we're Lions
equipment
fans.
provider of Woodward Sports.
We're
Michigan's
all
own
in
family
this
owned Outdoor
together.
Equipment Co.
Hey, yo, why do you know all the dance moves?
We should just sing Imagine.
Because my shit. Oh,
Yo, this is crazy.
I don't know if those are the right things.
Those are 100% the moves.
I know they do the claps.
Yum, yum.
The most convenient place to get that
Outdoor.
big fitness energy? It's Planet Fitness. Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime.
Your childhood may be over, but playtime is not. Outdoor Equipment Company is your source for outdoor power equipment. Sales, service, and parts carrying top brands such as Bad Boy, LS Tractor, Steel, and more. Servicing the Great Lakes region with locations in Metro Detroit and Greater Lansing. For more information, visit us at OutdoorEquipCo.com. Visit Outdoor Equipment Company, your power equipment playground.
What up? Welcome to Woodward Weights live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm Eazy, spin more racks. Young Chris, no JB Smooth. What are you giggling at?
Steve Wilds in the Woodward Sports chat. Just
Dude.
fucking dropping a people's elbow on Chris.
Jesus. This is the man's birthday.
He said, I'd rather
yesterday.
be a boomer than a homosexual Chris.
All of that motherfucker.
That was,
Where did that come from?
I don't know.
No,
That
no.
was
Did you say something to him?
Steve Wilds off
No,
the top
I
rope.
think
Steve always yells at me for
I
yelling at
think
him, but he goes at that pretty hard.
He goes at me and Woodward Nights chats too sometimes. I don't know. He's old.
Jesus.
That shit, that boomer comment must have got him.
That was,
Chris even
it was
do
off the
anything.
top ropes
Yeah.
for sure. But
That boomer comment just opened the floodgates, I guess. It's like, oh yeah, well.
There was a comment I wanted to read.
you're gay.
Yeah. DNC ENT, I think he has the 12.5% rule confused. It's every single Super Bowl under the salary cap has been won by a quarterback that's taken less than 12.5% of the team's salary cap. There's only only 3 times quarterback has won while taking more than 12.5% of the team's salary cap. Those quarterbacks, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, and Patrick Mahomes.
There's only 3 Super Bowls.
Yes, 3 Super Bowls. Not 3 players, 3 Super Bowls. And one just happened last year.
Yeah.
If you want to, stats and numbers, those are stats and numbers. Just saying. But I'm not here to have those conversations. We're here to talk good things.
Good things.
Like the Detroit Lions. If you were rooting for the Seattle Seahawks game, you're a casual. I'm sorry, if you were rooting for the Seattle Seahawks to lose, you were a casual last night. Because with that win they just had last night, very, very, very amazing, impressive win they had last night, DK Metcalf balled out in that fourth quarter. They they opened up a path for the Detroit Lions to land the number 2 overall seed. All we have to do is win out. 3 games.
Mm-hmm.
3 games to have 2 home playoff games after not having a single one. Ever in my lifetime.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
That's thank the Lord. Shout out to Drew Lock.
Shout out to Drew Lock. Shout out to Matt Patricia.
Shout out to Young Jeezy.
Shout out to Young Jeezy. They took care of business. And yeah, the Lions, if the Lions win out, they get the number 2 seed. Possibly the number 1 seed, but definitely the number 2 seed in the NFC. And they will host multiple home playoff games if they can win a couple. So it's awesome. It's awesome, man. And that is what they need. You want them playing at Ford Field. You want them playing at home. They can sleep in their own beds. They can go to their own lockers. Obviously, the confines of Ford Field are very nice for this team for reasons I won't specify. But it would be awesome to see multiple home playoff games this year, and they're on the path to do that to get the second seed.
It's not even just like from a fan perspective. Although you guys show up and you guys fucking scream your fucking heads off.
And you get to avoid San Francisco for another game.
Yeah.
If San Francisco gets the 1 seed and you get the 2 seed,
The
only time you see San Francisco is in the NFC Championship game.
If they get there.
If they get there.
Yeah.
So you get to avoid them again. And you don't have to see them in the second round of the playoffs.
Yeah. I was going to comment something on the Woodward Sports Chat. I'm just going to say it loud because I don't want to forget. Tom Brady notoriously has the most Super Bowls. He's also notoriously known for taking less money
we
to
know.
his teams.
We know.
I know. I'm just trying to help these people out there who didn't know that situation. But the reason why the home games are important, it does kind of relate to the quarterback a little bit. Obviously, outside of you guys going being absolute lunatics, and you should be when you get there. But we know by now. I hope that you guys know that we're just better in the dome. Jared Goff is a better quarterback when he doesn't have to deal with adverse weather conditions, whether it be the wind, and the wind would affect anybody, by the way. I'm not just shitting on him for that one, but you guys know. I mean, I hope I don't have to explain to anybody the spiral's not there. We already have that situation in the cold. Indoors, you see what he could be just this past Saturday. 5 touchdowns. 5 of them things.
Yeah.
Night and day better when we're an indoor team.
Yeah, and compared to his outing in Chicago, a lot better. So, yeah, this is huge. This is huge if the Lions could get this number 2 seed. And again, like you would be hosting a playoff game either way. But the big thing for me is if you do get the 2 seed, you wouldn't have to see San Francisco until the NFC Championship game.
Yeah.
You would get 2 playoff games where you are guaranteed to not play the San Francisco 49ers. And that's awesome for me.
The other thing, somebody asked, who do you guys rather see in the wild card? I know we talked a little bit. He says, to be honest, I like the Vikings or the Saints, first round pick.
Vikings, Saints,
I don't think Saints might be in there as a division winner. I don't think we have to see them.
Yeah, nobody in the South's going to get it unless they win the division.
Yeah.
I'm good with any team in the
Vikings
NFC
get there
North.
either way.
I'm good with the Saints. Seahawks or Rams would be the teams I wouldn't want to see.
Yeah.
I think that's who we're getting for sure.
Yeah.
There's no way any of these NFC North teams are making it in. I can't.
Yeah.
What's their name? Nick Mullins?
Nick Mullins.
See Nick Mullins carrying the Vikings into the playoffs and then face us 2 times on the way?
Probably not.
It would have been nice. I would have rather had faced
So
the
it could
Vikings.
be the Packers.
The Packers, they can still make it?
Mm-hmm.
With a 7-7?
Oh, wait, no, they might be.
I think they might. No, they're still there, actually. They can still make it. Because on the NFL website, it tells you who's eliminated. The Packers aren't in there. The Bears are, though. I would rather see the Packers. So it's sounding, or it's looking like it's probably going to be, Seattle or L.A.
Mm-hmm.
As much as I was kind of nervous about it yesterday, I think I'd rather see L.A. just because of the storyline. Like let the cards fall where they may. I would like to have the opportunity to avenge that. Both for you might surprise some of you guys, but both for JG and I guess just to catch that dub against Stafford.
Yeah.
And maybe he needs it. Maybe what's his name was right. He's gonna feel a little bit of white guilt and just throw a couple picks that game. I don't know. Picture Stafford walking off the field, the losses, give it a little little head nod.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I'd probably actually, for the win, I probably would rather see Seattle. I don't know.
I would rather see Seattle than LA.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
I would rather see Seattle than the Rams.
For winning purposes?
For winning a playoff game, I would rather play Seattle than
the
LA Rams.
Especially if I know Seattle won last night, but especially if you're looking at just the way those teams have trended the last 5 or 6 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you kind of do. I've been riding the Seattle bandwagon, but
the Rams have the 3 best players between both of those teams.
Yeah, absolutely.
Stafford, Donald, and Kupp or Puka are better than maybe anybody except for DK.
I mean, Stafford and Donald alone are just scary.
They're the 2 best players.
And I don't know what the record is per se, the head versus head, but I feel like McVay's probably the better coach right now.
Oh,
I don't know, Pete.
Pete's a great coach.
Pete puts in work.
He's a Super Bowl winning coach too. They're both Super Bowl winning coaches, but I'd rather see the Seahawks. I'm much more comfortable going up against Geno Smith or Drew Lock in the playoffs than I am
too.
Matt Stafford.
True.
What a fucking throw and catch last night.
Yeah, dude, Drew Lock dropped a couple in buckets.
Oh, he did. That one catch DK had, though, was, like, off of my man's
Yeah,
leg.
yeah.
But still, just, even, like, we might have to apologize to that man. Because we kind of call him, like, DK Metcalf. And this year, I'm like,
It's just,
I was wrong.
we got the competitive juices flowing. And then he fucking absolutely bodied Jeff Okuda.
Yeah, he did. But it continues, like, every other week. Not really consistent enough.
He went for like 170 yards or something like that yesterday. Or last week.
I didn't even peep that was JSN who caught I thought it was Lockett.
No, yeah, it was Jason.
He might have a little bit of. I mean, obviously he was high upside either way, but it's nice to see him show up. But I'm with you. I'd still rather see Seattle. I feel like for some reason, I don't know, bro. I mean, no, I would. I just feel weird saying like, oh, I think we could put the pressure on him. I feel like because we never been able to
Right.
the past 3 years.
And you gotta factor in that Seattle would come into Detroit with some pretty strong confidence.
That's a good
you know,
point,
the
Chris.
fact that they did win the last 2 years in a row in our home field. So what was that?
I was trying to put on the stream on my computer. I apologize.
You're good. No, but that's just my point when it comes down to this team. Is Seattle, you do have to factor that part of the equation that they wouldn't come in intimidated. But neither would the Rams. The Rams have won a Super Bowl with that core of Cooper Kupp, Aaron Donald, and Matt Stafford. So I mean, both of those teams are coming in with confidence to Ford Field, and that's something that the Lions are going to have to be ready for if they face either of those teams. Because like I said, if you get off to a slow start and one of those teams that already has that confidence, things are going their way early, it could be very very dangerous.
I guess that's the part too is like, and this is like an unfair characterization because I really don't know. I haven't like looked at the numbers or looked at like situations, but like, how do you feel about golf in like high pressure situations? I know you were there for one of the wins against the Vikings, but
Yeah.
going against his former team, would that be like a lot more stress, a lot more like?
I mean, we'll have to see. We'll see in the playoffs. You know, this is the brand new golf, as people like to say. You know, his first Super Bowl run with the Rams, he didn't perform well in the playoffs at all. But we'll see. It's gonna be balls to the wall. He's gonna have a lot of pressure on him, and we'll see how he performs. He's done well so far this season in high pressure situations and game winning drives. You look at against the Bears, he had to lead 2 fantastic drives to come back in that game.
Yeah,
he did it. He took the ball, he went down the field, he scored both of those drives. Those are very high pressure situations, but things do get, turned up a little bit in the playoffs. Everything's turned up a little bit in the playoffs. So we'll see what happens, but I got faith that he'll be able to deliver against the Rams or the Seahawks.
Chris?
Yeah, for me, going off of what I just said and what Spencer just said is the idea. How much of that do you think is obviously not saying you prefer to have home playoff games always, but how much of this, 31 years without a playoff win, how much do you think that's going to be almost a disadvantage to the Lions in the playoffs? How much will that play into the atmosphere? Because obviously they'll be excited, but things can get very shaky very fast. We see it with every loss. The Lions fans are in the chat going crazy every time they lose, saying same old Lions and all of that. So how much of that do you think is almost a disadvantage of it being at Ford Field for the Lions in the playoffs?
I don't see too much of a disadvantage. Either team is a tough matchup, and anybody in the playoffs should be a tough matchup for you unless you're playing the NFC South. But I'd just rather see the Seattle Seahawks. I feel like it'd be a lot less stressful versus like the Rams. I feel like it'd just be stressful for everybody.
Yeah.
And maybe they perform better in those stressful situations.
If I'm Goff, I want to play the Rams.
For sure.
If I'm Jared Goff, I want to play the Rams in the first round.
Yeah. If you're Campbell, who do you think he wants to see? Everybody probably wants the Rams.
Campbell probably wants to see the Seahawks.
Yeah, because they whooped
He's
their
probably
ass.
like, I want to fucking beat Pete Carroll.
Yeah, right?
Like, he's beat me twice.
I got to be honest with you, too. We almost beat them over in L.A.
We should have.
A few years back.
Yeah. Oh,
Although we had the element of surprise a little bit there
Yeah.
with Jack Fox. 2 fake punts in one game. That was awesome. But
That was awesome.
I think it came down to Goff throwing a pick, honestly. But smash that like button. I got to tell you guys about one of my favorite sponsors right now. It's Mark White. Because I got to meet the man himself in person. Man's a vibe. He also predicted Detroit Lions rookies going off Jahmyr Gibbs and Sam Porter. That's Mark White. And not only that, he can save you up to $5,000
Mark White.
on your closing costs. It's Mark White. Gonna do you right. Give him a call. It's 248-290-8242. Visit him at markwhitesells.com. That's $5,000 on your closing costs.
$5,000.
Oh, I see what you're saying because we can't hear that.
Yeah. Damn, who's that? She's tall as hell.
So will we be able to hear Herman?
Oh.
JB said yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
But
Woodward Sports' own Tom Massaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations.
Nope, don't
You
get me
won't
there.
want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game. Exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
That's birthday tomorrow.
Who cares?
Who cares? If she breathes, she's the top.
We've just received word. The world's cannabis supply
women
has
are
vanished.
queens.
The public
If
is
she
outraged
breathes,
and has
she's
taken
a
to the
dog.
streets in response to this tragedy.
No, but literally,
The
me on the
individual
morning show is
responsible acted
fucking
alone,
Count Dooku
and we can only hope they
fighting
will make things
Obi-Wan.
right
Les.
soon.
Stanford.
And
BD.
Anakin at the same time.
Who won?
I did.
Less. 5, 4,
In the movie, though.
3,
They fight multiple times.
2.
What happens when you run a great business for over 50 years? You expand and offer more products to more people. That is exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC, the same great service that customers have come to know and trust on Woodward Avenue, just south of 9 Mile. Check out Les Stanford in Dearborn today and find the brand you want at lesstanford.com.
What up, though? Welcome back to Order Heavyweights live on motorsports.com. I'm Eazy, spin more racks. Yo,
Hello.
Chris. JB Smooth is gone. Kenny G hates us, so we don't have a sound guy, mate. So please,
Shout out.
press the like button.
Shout out, Casper.
Shut up, Casper. All right, don't.
What is that?
I don't know. Water.
Water bottle.
Water bottle.
I got my water right here.
There's a whole fucking T in there, and you made the language. How are you missing it?
Yeah.
I don't understand
That
it.
is true.
Water.
Water.
You made the fucking letter.
I got a water bottle.
Water. Bottle.
Anybody want a drink out of my water bottle?
Fucking can't. All right. Smash the like button. 5-star review.
From
on our
Birmingham?
podcast. What? Oh, from Birmingham.
From Birmingham.
Smash the like
That
button.
was pissing me off during the fights when DC was like, oh yeah, you know, Leon Edwards, he's from Birmingham. I was like, no, like DC. Birmingham is a city in Michigan. Leon Edwards is from Birmingham. Like, you gotta say it like that. From fucking Birmingham.
Birmingham. There's like 3 different English dialects I learned.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Not that I learned personally, but like that this English person told me.
Yeah. Who, Noosh?
No, it was like this random chick. Just, yeah, I was
Nice.
trying.
Did she show you tea and crumpets?
You butter her biscuits.
She had 2 in the bush?
Yeah.
Or 1 in the
I
hand?
had my bird in her hand trying to get 2 in that bush. You know what I'm saying? Either way, mate. Justin Rogers report. I'm not even Justin Rogers. I apologize. That was before this news broke. The Detroit Lions officially activated Hendon Hooker
Yes, they did.
to the active roster,
Active roster.
specifically to put that pressure on Jared. No, I'm playing. They acted him to the active roster. They got rid of Riley Patterson.
Yep.
How you feel about that? Don't care. Don't care.
Don't care. Oh well, fuck you, Riley. No. I mean, we got the money badger. Riley couldn't hit anything past 40, so
Yeah.
hopefully Money Badger can do that.
Yeah, Badger's back, and then obviously Hendon Hooker activated the roster. And
Give her banger and mash.
what he said? Wait,
Give her bangers and mash.
the bangers and mash. It's a goal, man.
Beans on toast.
Ugh,
Disgusting.
disgusting.
Jellied eels and all that.
That's why they lose their wars.
That is why they lose their wars.
Waived Riley Patterson in all caps as Peaceful Tim. Yes, they waived Riley Patterson, and then they're actually like cheating the game a little bit, hustling a little bit because that Hendon's like taking that active roster spot, and Badger's not on the active roster, so really just like moving him up those last 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And I think you can expand your playoff roster too because it's the playoffs. Like,
Yep.
Brad Holmes.
Big brain Brad.
Big
Look
brain
at
Brad.
the big brains on Brad.
So we still have Badger without him taking up a roster spot, unless I think I did see somebody say like maybe Vikings like right before like sign him off our practice squad. But no, not if we activate him, right? They
Not
can't
if
do
he's
that.
on the. They can't do that.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah, suck it, Vikings.
What do you think this is, though? Because, like, obviously Hendon Hooker's probably not going to be taking any snaps.
No, it's just an emergency situation. It's, like I said, best case scenario, you see him the last game of the year. They got the 2 seed locked up maybe. They got the division locked up. They're resting the starters. You throw Hendon out there to get a couple snaps, or he is the emergency quarterback. In case you end up with a San Francisco 49ers scenario, you don't want fucking Jahmyr Gibbs playing quarterback. Like, you don't want Jahmyr Gibbs out there running the Wildcat, even though it'd be pretty cool. But you don't pretty cool.
Dave Montgomery, high school quarterback.
You don't want that as your scenario, like the 49ers did in the NFC Championship game last year. That Christian McCaffrey taking their snaps. So this is just a body that can throw the ball and is a quarterback.
It's kind of crazy that Dave Montgomery was a high school quarterback because he's literally built like a fucking bowling ball running back. At no point would I've ever guessed.
Donovan Edwards was a high school quarterback.
Was he really?
Yeah.
He's fucking built like that's. I guess maybe high school's ass.
Yeah, I mean,
he just ran every single play.
Most high schools in Michigan, at least, are very run-heavy offenses.
That's fair. Detroit's primacy. I'd rather see Teddy week 18. I don't get the Hooker hate. Kind of like it was Stick today and Neil today too. We're like, but you trust Brad Holmes, don't you? Hendon Hooker's ass. He was just one of Brad Holmes' picks.
Yeah, I know. Like I said, man, these guys believe in everything that Holmes has ever done and ever will do, except for Hendon Hooker.
And I don't want anybody like any of the gobblers that out there to get scared. It's none of that. It's literally just so he can practice on the active roster.
Practice on the active roster. Get a feel for playoffs. What that's like. Study under Goff. See how he gets prepared for these games. Prepared for game day. Prepared how throughout the week for his matchups. Make sure he knows what he's doing. And yeah, it's just to get the kid some experience. He's not going to be playing at all. So
I hope he's actually getting reps. So finally, I mean, from last I heard, it was Mark Brunell speaking about how like it's Teddy getting the second team reps, which makes sense. He's been in the office all season, where like Hendon Hooker hasn't. Like, he's been doing, he's in the playbook. He's been doing whatever drills with like whatever coaches and shit that he had, but they can't actually coach him in the actual system with an actual 11-man side of the field and go through like progressions and shit like that. So I guess I'm happy. It was a head scratcher, I guess. I really didn't expect him to get activated. Yeah. I thought they were going to keep him on the NFI list because of having some roster situations. I mean, you got also CD Deuce you have to activate here soon. Aleem McNeil in 2 weeks. James Houston. Like, things are going to get a little weird. Jason Kapinda, his clock has started as well. Who do you think is getting cut in those situations? Just to make rock. I mean, Bruce Irvin, you're going to have to make a decision on him here too. Yeah, that would make sense.
Vitae.
Did I already do that?
Trevor Nowaski.
He's on IR, so he's already.
Sorry, Booner, your boy.
Yeah, actually, I think he might be gone.
Jason Kapinda.
They're gonna have to be. They have to get like real tricky here in a couple weeks. Come playoffs. Can you expand the playoff?
Yeah,
roster?
the playoff roster spans. I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure too. Nicholas Duncan Vitae retires. And the heavyweights believe in everything Brad does, but signing Jared Goff. Well, until Brad signs Jared Goff.
Yeah, let me know when you did that, bud.
So let me know when it happens. You know what I'm saying? I'm just letting you know. Hooker coming off the practice squad so he can collect his Social Security check. Kabinda blows. I believe I'm with you guys on that one. I don't like to disrespect too many guys, especially over my team. But Kabinda, I could do without. I especially like Malcolm. I feel like needed situations. Malcolm's been there. Matter of fact, but being quite honest with you, I think Malcolm has just as many catches as Kabinda in the past 2 years. That guy drops everything thrown his way.
Yeah. I'm good with running Malcolm instead of like leaving Kabinda
all day, bro.
Yeah.
It always drove me crazy. I mean, it's starting to drive me crazy. Is it like a relationship thing? I mean,
Chef Talks NFL said Kabinda being brought back just to get cut. It's a cold world.
It's a cold world.
Johnny Coltrane.
Fucking do it, man. He's for sure going to be the one. Absolutely going to be the one. Jesus Justice League. Nice.
What?
With a mobile QB, see how the offense can open up. Yeah, I'm with you. Right Stings, Nicholas Duncan. No clue what that means. Is that Broder?
I don't know.
Or Booner? Someone just banged on our window.
It's got to be Booner.
Yeah, if it's Booner, I'm slapping the shit out of him.
Did scare me, though. He got me good. They paid a 6th-round draft pick for literally Riley Patterson. That is true.
That is true.
But conditional.
I think it was conditional, yeah.
But conditional if you made the roster or something like that? Or if they made the playoffs? Oh, it's D-Mac.
Oh, yeah, I'm not slapping him. Shout out D-Mac.
Slapping you back. What's he doing here?
Probably getting his hair did.
Bangers and mashed potatoes. I don't know, man. That's all we got. I'm happy Hendon Hooker's here, but I'm not expecting anything of it.
Yeah, no. He's not going to – best case scenario, doesn't see the field. Like,
Yeah.
we don't want Hendon Hooker to see the field this season.
No, I mean, things have gone bad.
It would mean something went really, really bad.
Yeah. And I just, like, as much as, like, I have a little bit of faith in the kid, I just don't think he's going to bring you there just based off 4 weeks of practice against playoff teams. Maybe. Nah, Nick Foles, he was different.
Way different.
Way different.
Yeah.
Well, we do have some positive stuff coming up after this, but first, I got to tell you about Guardian Alarm. When we get back, we'll be talking to Herman Moore.
Guardian Alarm offers you customized solutions from real experts. Their professional technicians take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. They also have 24/7 professional monitoring. You can call them anytime, day or night. No Guardian Alarm team member will stay on the phone as long as needed. And, of course, they have technology backed by people. Your safety and security deserves technology. It's been proven to work in people who have been proven to care. So call them at 1-800.
Stay out.
That's 1-800.
Stay out.
Make sure you tell them the heavyweight sent you.
Have you ever wondered where all the
We
finest
let your
restaurants get
sister
their
come.
steaks? It's Fairway Packing Company, providing Michigan restaurants,
I'll give a
hotels,
signal
and
when he's on.
casinos
Don't tell
with
me what
prime
to
beef
do.
for over 60 years.
telling
But
you.
now you can buy these cuts of
Have you
meat
seen
for
that Family Guy
yourself
skit
at
that's
the
like Home
steak
Alone,
shop
but
by
with,
Fairway Packing Company. Prime, porterhouse,
realistic burglars.
A5, Japanese, New York
It's
strip
like they
steak,
walk up
fried aged
like, oh,
Wagyu
that
beef tomahawk.
door handle's pretty hot, but I'm just gonna let go instead of holding on to it for a long time. And then it's like they see the ice on the stairs.
Get to the steak
Yeah, it
shop
looks like those
today.
stairs are pretty icy,
Enjoy
so
fine
just don't go
wine,
down them.
have a private
And the
party,
kid standing at the
get
top of the
finest
stairs, he's
cuts
like,
of meat
"I'll just let you know I
The
have a
steak shop
tarantula."
on Mack
He
Avenue,
shoots
Grosse
him in the
Pointe
head.
Woods, or order online, fairwaypacking.com.
How would you like to win not one, but 2 vehicles of your choice? One for you and one for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Get to Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut and automatically enter for your chance to win. Courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC in Ferndale. Lady Jane's, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Dispo.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafredi, along with special
I guess the Chargers might cut Young. I mean, Bosa.
Really?
Yeah.
With different surprises and expert analysis.
Who's making those decisions? They don't have a GM or a head coach.
Sports YouTube channel on
Dispo.
Martha.
Tune in
Maybe he
live
did some
from
racist
11:30
shit.
to 11:30 a.m.
Dispo Dispensary's got the best cannabis products in the industry. Every Friday, catch Santa Claus there, and they're also giving out $200 in gift cards. Every other Friday, catch Santa and get an opportunity to win $200 in-store gift cards from Dispo Dispensary. Check in stores for more details. It's a Dispo holiday extravaganza. Dispo, your local cannabis plug.
Check it out.
Rip.
What up, though? Welcome back to World Heavyweights Live on WorldSports.com. I'm your mate, Eazy. Joined
Hello.
by my guy, Spin More Rex. Young Chris, JB Schmoove.
Not here.
Not here. I'm
Got
just used to saying
Casper.
it.
Shout out to Casper.
Shout out to Casper, filling in for us. You know what I'm saying? Good stuff like that. Just tick-tocking, waiting for Herman Moore a little bit here. Just stalling a bit. You want to see a magic trick?
I have a tarantula.
All right, how about this then?
Oh man, it's fun. Family Guy's great.
So my biggest fear, I've let it out a million times for the people who like do listen to the show, but it's been that you
Killer whales.
that's
Yes.
your biggest fear.
It is.
My biggest fear, because I am a Detroit Lions fan to the core, where I root for the logo on the
Aliens.
helmet rather than the name of the back of the jersey, like a lot of you guys seem to be, is that we do extend golf to an absurd
That's
contract.
your biggest fear.
Oh yeah, well, you haven't heard the rest of it, but yeah, you extend golf to one of those crazy contracts that just makes no sense and eats up a ton of your cap space, and a team-driven sport. And then following that, he gets his head coaching job, and I'm talking about Ben Johnson. And now you just have this guy who you've only seen work with one other coach, at least in your system. He's gone, and then you're stuck with this big contract. I was fearful of that, but we talked about it in the group chat today. It was Jeff, me, Booner. I think you were doing the show. We just kind of have that argument, and Booner was like, "Well, they'll be fine. They'll be fine because Dan hired Ben Johnson." And I was like, "Well,
He also hired Anthony Lynn.
he also hired Anthony Lynn, and Ben
So
Johnson
he's
was."
50%, batting 500.
He honestly kind of is. And I don't even really give him necessarily like total credit or full credit for the Ben Johnson move, just because what happened was he hired Anthony Lynn. Anthony Lynn didn't work out. So he took over play calling duties. And then Ben Johnson, who was previously here under the Patricia regime, was like, hey, I could help out drawing plays in the meantime, Jimmy I meantime. And so Dan Campbell said, yeah. Obviously ended up working out. Matter of fact, I have numbers, Jared Goff's numbers with Anthony Lynn and Dan Campbell versus when Ben Johnson was drawing them up. They're night and day. And then that's the guy who's going to leave and become a head coach. And listen, Ben leaves, fuck, we're back in that same position.
Yeah, but you know what? Now that he's seen what a brilliant offensive coordinator looks like, maybe now he can go to an interviewing process and be like, okay, you're not that guy.
So that was Booner's argument. It really was. He's like, well, he knows now. I think it's Booner and Jeff. And I was like, I don't know, man, because you have the situation in Atlanta where they had Kyle Shanahan, and Kyle Shanahan leaves to become a head coach of the 49ers, and that offense was never really the same. Although they knew the offense, but then I got to thinking, okay, Atlanta's head coach at that time was Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn is a defensive coordinator. So it would make sense that he's unable to, grasp the offensive schemes enough to, carry that on past Kyle Shanahan, where I think in our favor, Dan Campbell is an offensive guy. He knows offense. You learn it, Sean Payton. So maybe there's more. Maybe there's something there. I don't know, man.
Iking's going at you in the chat.
Also, I can't promise you that Kyle Shanahan is going to be there either. I'm not Kyle Shanahan, but Tanner Strand. I'm not big on it either because he could become the offensive coordinator for Ben Johnson when Ben Johnson leaves.
Well, can't they though? The Lions, is there a rule where if they can block the hire if they promote him
promotion.
Yeah, but wouldn't they be promoting him to offensive coordinator?
Also, I think
it's still a promotion, they can't block it. I guess Ben could take one assistant if he in that situation.
I think this offense is somewhat insulated to handle a loss of Ben Johnson and a downgrade because of the weapons you have. Because you have a J-Mo, because you have a Gibbs, because you have a Laporta, Monty, you have that offensive line, Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to be
it's definitely a better roster than
bad offense with that many top-tier weapons. So are they going to be a top 3 offense in the NFL? Maybe not. But I don't think they're just going to fall off the cliff completely.
Yeah, I guess where the concern comes is the situation. People don't want to hear it. It is a little bit more of the passing game. I mean, you look at those situations where Jared Goff's hit these guys. Yeah, 5 touchdowns. Go watch back those 5 touchdowns. You ever see a video of kind of trolling Tom Brady and the guy's like, oh, fucking elite throw. Yeah. Oh, this is fucking amazing. Look at this 5-yard throw here. Yeah. Go look back at those touchdowns from this past weekend. I know for damn sure on 2 of them, Laporta was wide open. 3 of them. There was one where Laporta literally just took it in. And had a nice little whoop, and then just buried himself in for the touchdown. There's one where Jahmyr Gibbs is wide the fuck open. There's one where Amon-Ra St. Brown was wide the fuck open. We had the argument with a guy Mike Payton, and we talking about how he has a lot of 20-yard completions. We pulled up fucking 5 screenshots without even trying of Sam Laporta wide open for 20 yards of completions. Jared Goff is being gifted these opportunities from the mind of Ben Johnson. That's why Ben Johnson is being considered for a head coach. That's my fear. That's all. But I think there's a little bit of hope that Dan Campbell will be an offensive coordinator. Yeah. Or an offensive-minded coach, I should say. But without further ado, I'd like to introduce to you guys our guest, and that is the one, the only, Herman Moore.
Shout out.
What up?
What's going on, Her? Welcome back. Appreciate you joining us. And
always.
I just want to get right into it. This Lions team coming off of an extremely, extremely good win over the Denver Broncos. Is this the Lions team we should be expecting for the rest of the year going forward? Is this the offense we should expect out of the Lions going forward?
I don't know if it's the offense we need to have. If this is a team that's going to not only win the NFC North division, but then get into the postseason play and look for a win, they have to bring that kind of explosiveness. They're going to have to bring that type of adjustments they did defensively to where it's not a lull. There's not this gap of time before the adjustments are made. They're made right then and there within a play or two. Offensively, they're in attack mode, and I love that fact. Even when they got up, in points, they kept attacking the Broncos defense. Kudos to the offensive line and the fact that they were able to hold it down, and then the Lions committed to the running game. And just the fact that they were able to pass the football and not worry about the turnovers that they've had in the past few games, it wasn't too much of a concern. So you got to play that type of lights out football down this part of the stretch. Anyone who's seen this, and I've been around this league not only as a player but watching it for quite some time, when you get into December in the back end of November, right after, we always talk about after Thanksgiving. That's when you get into the championship games of the season. And teams that are really out there making something happen and are playing at high levels are doing it during that time in December, because that's going to determine not only if you get into the playoffs, but if you win a division, but also where are you going to stack up in the postseason.
Yeah, I'm with you too. I have another question too, because I'm kind of young, man. I really get to see Barry like everybody else, and I don't really have too. It's one thing to watch highlights. I feel like it's one thing to watch it live. Where you're just like scratching your head, like what the hell did I just watch? Jahmyr Gibbs, like watching like some of those runs he had. I'm not calling him Barry by any means, but like, is there similarities there? Because like that one, I think it was like for 30 yards, looked like he was shooting an and one commercial. He was just dribbling bodies off the freaking turf, throwing guys stiff arm and dodging out of bounds. It was like I was watching a Jackie Chan fight scene. It was insane.
You know what? There aren't really many comparisons that you can do with him, other than they're impactful players when their team needs them. When I look at Jahmyr Gibbs, he has a different style of running than Barry. Anyone that's seen Barry, not just in the highlights, but definitely as a teammate, it's going to be hard to find someone who has his style of running and just the way he balances over his feet when he makes a cut. But if you look at Jahmyr Gibbs and you look at when he goes to make a cut or a break, I love what I call that gather step. And that is him just really making sure he has a good center of gravity. He's able to make really quick turns and cuts in small spaces with these chop steps. And that gives him the momentum to then explode out of it before the defenders are ready. And because he's using that as a technique, it's allowing him to really outmaneuver a lot of these guys at such an early part of his career. But we saw that in college. If you look at his highlight films, he's running like he ran in college, but he's now doing it at another level here in the NFL. And, you know, doing it for the Detroit Lions and combining that with David Montgomery is a dynamic combination in the backfield that the defense never gets to play off.
And staying with these weapons, these playmakers on the Lions offense, our guy Jameson Williams finally got some love, finally got a couple targets, and he made the most out of it. We saw that move he had on the sidelines to freeze the defender and get the first down. But what I was most impressed with was his last catch that he had, where he was on the other sidelines, full hands catch, full extension, a man draped all over him. He comes down kind of awkwardly, but still brings the ball in. How much confidence does that put in Jared Goff, seeing Jameson Williams make that kind of catch, when at the beginning of the year you had people saying, oh, he can't catch, he drops too much, and then you see him make an amazing all-hands catch like that? Does that inspire confidence in him from this offense?
If you go back and look at his early plays, the confidence in his ability to catch the ball in his hands is growing play by play, not game by game, play by play. The more you're targeting him, the more opportunities he's getting. That's what's taking place. Does that mean he's gonna catch every single pass going forward? No, but it means that his level of confidence and dependability as a player will be there when needed. It develops confidence in your quarterback. The quarterback's going to be looking at him and not feeling like if I target this player, I'm really going to my second best option or my third best option, if that. He's looking at it as a player that can make plays, and that's the confidence I think we'll start to see Jared Goff develop with him. And I even said this, in my rookie year, it wasn't that I was questioning my abilities as a player. It was the more I got involved and the more the coaches showed confidence in putting me back into the game and letting me just really learn, I really took off. And for me, it happened in the playoff game against the Dallas Cowboys where I caught my first touchdown. But after that, the rest was history. And I don't think there was any more questioning what my ability was. And I think with Jameson, that's what you're going to see. I think that's starting to develop right now. I just like the fact that I'm seeing a young player who's very talented not have that escape him and go away because he started to question his ability or worry about what was being said about him on the outside.
I keep it, again, one more thing about Jahmyr Gibbs. Like, a buddy asked me last night, we were watching the Seattle Seahawks game, which amazing game, by the way. That was a hell of a comeback by those guys, helping us pave the way for the number 2 seed. Is it crazy to say that Jahmyr is entering the top 15, top 10 conversation when it comes to like the running backs? Like, because he asked me, because he's a Ravens fan. He's like, how many other running backs would you rather have than Jahmyr Gibbs? And I was like, well, he's on a rookie deal. He's young. He has the most 20-yard runs in the league right now. I was like, there really aren't that many guys I'd rather take over him right now. Am I crazy, or is this kid like that good?
He's good. So let's dial it back for a second. You got to start with the offensive line. The Detroit Lions offensive line is not a slouch. I think there's an argument to be made. They're one of the best offensive lines, especially in top 5 in the NFL. And in saying that, you have a running back who has what type of talent? If he's a top 10, top 15 talent, and you put him behind one of the best offensive lines, then I think all of a sudden you move him up even higher. I think you can make an argument, and I say this, I think you can make an argument to say not only do I think he has an opportunity to be Rookie of the Year, but I think he also has the opportunity and should be considered probably one of the top 10 running backs right now in the NFL, given the way he's running, given the way in which he's playing, the acceleration of his ability and his knowledge of learning how to compete and be competitive at this level, and his confidence will make him something, along with a line like this that's going to continue to grow and get better. He's going to be around for a while. He and Montgomery's going to be there for a while. This isn't. If you want to look at the offensive side of the ball and you want to say, hey, if I had to kind of hang my hat on what's going to be really stable here, the running game, I don't see that unless they disassemble that whole piece. I think they're going to have one of the best attacks in the NFL.
Yeah, and you speak of that offensive line, and you had some fantastic offensive lines in your career as well. Some great guys on that play, guys that are in the
Herman
Lions.
Moore.
Yeah, the Lions den.
Check
You
it
got
out.
Lomas Brown, and we talk about Frank Ragnow and how important, how impactful he is for this Lions defense or for this Lions offensive line. He was playing this game a week off of meniscus surgery. Like, how crazy is that? And like, are these offensive linemen just built different to be able to do something like that?
Big corn-fed mom, huh?
All I know is this, I think Lomas and a couple of guys who were the people we called down in the trenches back in the day, they played bandaged up. It wasn't taking time off, and they wouldn't have been able to play if they had a torn meniscus or had some type of a knee injury. But these guys are used to playing just the grit football every single down. That's why we call it the trenches. And then just to come back and be just that effective and come back from significant injury. Players are built a little tougher in certain areas, certain positions, and you have to be because the body just starts to get acclimated to that, and that's why you see a lot of them these days and age. This day and age, when they're walking, it doesn't look that pretty, but they're the hogs, man. They're the ones that make everything go. You can talk about the skill position players, but we can't be that if we don't have the protection up front and we don't have the run blocking up front.
The heavyweights, as we say.
The heavies.
Here on this here program. Herman, what does it mean to an offense to have a tight end like Sam Laporta, that dependable guy to kind of just draw defenders down the box so you guys can do what you do up top? How does that help you guys out as wide receivers, just in the offense in general?
Well, Sam Laporta becomes that hybrid player that he can block. He has a decent enough size to where he can be kept in on running plays and be effective on linebackers, even on the chip side of the end. But when you put him out and he matches up and he has the size and speed that he has against a linebacker, or he has that against a safety, it becomes a matchup problem for the defense. And when you can create that, that's what the game is all about. It's about creating matchup problems for your opponent. The Lions have been able to do that because you can't defend Sam Laporta, all the time with one guy. That means you draw another person out of the secondary. Now you got Amon-Ra St. Brown. It's hard to cover him one-on-one, especially when he's in the slot and he's in the shorter routes. You can't let Jamison Williams necessarily play one-on-one without a safety over the top because he gets behind guys. You've created a problem. Sam Laporta becomes a big piece of that. And then you continue, as I said before, I want you guys to really think about this. Even if St. Brown goes out, even if Laporta goes out, they'll bring in Josh Reynolds, they'll bring in Corey Raymond. They're bringing guys who have proven they can make things happen. They've come up with big plays. They've come up with plays at critical times, even when those other guys were being shut down. So you don't get an advantage. You just constantly get players coming after you. So now it comes down to, how is the play calling instrumented? How are they putting that together? How does Ben Johnson orchestrate that so that he can constantly and consistently add pressure? Well, you do it because you have talent. You have a talented offensive line. You have a talented backfield. You have a talented rotation of wide receivers in the passing game. And by the way, you got a tight end that can add to either one of those, and he's kind of the gap filler on both sides. It's just amazing to watch what they've been able to evolve into over the last 2 years.
now I want to flip, sides of the ball and look at this defense a little bit because that defense played their asses off against the Broncos. They went out there and they made plays. Do you think that was a combination of the Broncos offense not having the weapons as other teams that we've seen in the past, or those guys that got opportunities that didn't in the past few games, like Ife Melifonwu, like a Kendall Vinder, like a Khalil Dorsey, stepping up and making things happen while other guys had to take a step behind them?
It's a combination. I think there was a sense of urgency that happened with the defense. Defense, you look at the past few games, they struggle. And I don't think anyone's gonna deny that they struggle. I think they woke up and they realized that in order for them to move up the chart, in order to support what this offense was doing, the defense could not have off days. And when they have that, the offense just has to click all the time. It was a culmination of everything coming together at one time. There's a defense that I think there's some pressure. There's some pressure on Aaron Glenn. There's some pressure on players to go out and make plays that seem to have disappeared. That may be some of your ballers, right? They become the guys that the defense is looking for and saying, hey, you got to make some plays. And eliminating those things, even though, they got after them early, it wasn't a straight put away that they had. I mean, they dominated early and they were ready to hold off on the end. But this is a team that I think that they're going to need the defense to play at a different caliber, even than what we saw against Denver. Denver isn't stacked at the skill positions when they face teams that have players who are going to be ranked in that top 10, top 5 category in those skill position areas. And then they have quarterbacks that are sitting there in just as high stature as a Jared Goff or higher. They're going to have to play at a different level than even what we saw against Denver.
Now, Herman, you went through some coaching changes. There's obviously speculations that Ben Johnson will go on to become a head coach of another organization. How does that work for the new guy coming in? Are they ever too proud to take wrinkles from a previous offense that worked really, really well, or they always want to change things up and do it their way?
I don't want to throw caution out there, but you start changing over your offensive coordinator. It's not like the system itself stays behind. The players can stay behind. I've been there where you bring in coaches that have systems that can be close or similar. It's just the way the plays are dialed up. There's a sequence in which the plays are called. Offensive coordinators aren't just looking at a list and just randomly picking. It may seem like that sometimes when you look at some of these offenses that are predictable or that just seem like there's no rhyme or reason. But there's a formula to that offensive coordinator. There's a sauce that they have that makes it go, and then also how they apply the players to their play calling and to their system and how they're used. If it's done properly, you're an effective player, you're an effective coach, you're an effective offensive unit that requires teams to kind of figure out where they're going to pick their poison or how they're going to stop you or how they're going to limit you. But if you bring in someone who can break that system, it's going to be very critical if Ben Johnson leaves that they get someone who understands how the chemistry of this team has been built, how the culture has been built, and how the expectation of the players have come to be, because players have expectations of the system as well. So don't get it wrong. Some people will look at it and say, well, if a coordinator's there, it's all about the coordinator. No, players, we're particular too. There's things that we want. You saw it with Barry, bringing him out at the goal line. Coordinator brought him out. One coordinator wanted him in. One coordinator wanted me running fade routes when we got into the end zone. Another one didn't. And so it limits the effectiveness of players. So I know how that could work. It's not just a given, whoever the next coordinator is that comes in, if Ben Johnson does exit.
Where are you at as a Lions fan? Are you kind of nervous about that transition for whoever it may be? I think it sounds like Tanner Strands is who they're grooming to take that position over.
I'm not nervous as much as I think there's some technology, there are some things that give them a little bit of a jump start than perhaps they would have had back in our era. But I just think that it does create a little bit of a caution. And it's one of those things that you just can't write off next year and just say it's going to be this way because of a different player or different coach that comes in and calls the plays. How much of that will Dan Campbell keep? How much of that will he continue to implement? I would imagine a lot of it would stay the same. But every coordinator brings in their own twist.
And, looking towards the playoffs, because I think the Lions are at a 99% chance to make the playoffs. There's only
Crazy,
one
man.
situation they don't, and it's like an 11-team ridiculous thing to happen. So when you're looking at the teams that the Lions are potentially going to host in their playoff game at Ford Field, one of the teams that stands out is the Los Angeles Rams. And how much do you think that would mean for a Jared Goff? A Jared Goff to have the Rams come into town, the team that gave up on him, and the opposing quarterback being Matt Stafford. How much would that mean for this team to try to get the win over the Rams?
I mean, how do you draw this up? How does this even come to fruition? How does this even come about? That you may have Jared Goff, former Super Bowl quarterback, going against Matthew Stafford, who left to become Super Bowl quarterback. And now they're playing a game hosted at Ford Field. Really? Like, this is, I think it's going to be storylines. But ultimately, I'm telling you, this team, when it plays at home, plays at a different level. Every team plays differently at home. If we thought that Ford Field has been loud, we've heard it at its loudest. We've heard it on those national televised games. The last playoff game that I played in '91, where we hosted at the Silverdome, it's going to be at that level, and the noise level, and the anticipation and excitement is something that you haven't seen yet. And I'm excited for it, man. I'm excited for this team, excited for what they've done. Kudos to them putting themselves in a position where there's so many scenarios for them to be in, and this is one where you're going to get in the playoffs. Should happen, and now it's just a matter: can you win a division? Will you host a home game? So on and so forth. Those are some great conversations to have with 3 games left in the season.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Not doing mock drafts anymore. I love that.
For real, though, man. Herm, I want to ask you, I guess, I'm talking sports a little bit too, but like, going back in the day, I wasn't able to watch. How did you warm up with the game? I know guys are out there with their iPods now and stuff like that, but like, what was Herman Moore listening to? Like, what were you doing to get yourself into a game?
Oh, man. So I listen to a lot of Tupac. Let's see. I would do some jazz.
Jazz
what I used to listen to a lot? I used to listen to a lot was soundtracks, movie soundtracks. And a lot of it would be just those epic ones. Like it would just have to be something that was
Tarzan's
got a great soundtrack.
No, man. It's just like I used to listen to, like I remember Crimson Tide. I used to listen to that. I used to listen to what was the other one? There was believe it or not, I know the one. This one is going to throw you. It wasn't a soundtrack. Sade.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That's yeah.
You bring the level down.
Yeah.
And do that, and then I would do that at warm ups. Like when I would go out for pregame, it would be like more like Sade, stuff like that. I think Kim, maybe. I make sure I got my years right. Maybe Kim, and then I would come back after that, and all of a sudden I throw on like the Tupac. I throw on just the G rap. And be off and running. Now I'm running out there just angry, just everything just ready to just blow up.
Man.
And that was it, man. That was my pregame. And most of the time I would just sit in my locker. I would just sit at my stool and just visualize making plays. I would visualize play calls. I would visualize the opponent, and I would visually and mentally walk through what I knew where the weakness is and how I was going to break this player down or this defense down. And just getting that kind of focus on, man, and you run through it over and over, the game becomes the real thing. The hard part's done. The game is the easy. People don't understand that the game is the easy part. It is the practice and getting there that, to make sure you're prepared is what's the tough part. So, taking me back, man, the Silverdome's just different. And coming through there is just a different environment. Ford Field. It's cool. It's beautiful. It's got, some bells and whistles and stuff like that. But when you came out there, man, it felt like you were walking into an arena like a gladiator. Like for real.
Man. I couldn't imagine.
And when you walked in, man, the crowd was just crazy, and all kind of stuff was going on in the stands. It was loose, right? With the fights, with the
yeah.
the yelling with the weight, and then you drive up. It's not like here where you got, the cool deck, you park at Ford Field, you walk across the bridge or whatever. No, man, you had to roll up into the gates like you do everybody else's stadium, and our fans be waiting for that bus. They be waiting for the other opponents to come through there. And then they're either cheering for us and letting us know, hey, we love you, or if you were an opponent, they were letting them know y'all about ready to get lit. Like it's about ready to be on.
Man.
And so it's a different environment, man. It's different. It's cool. I feel like I'm, I go to Ford Field, it's cool.
Hey, that means you guys got to turn
Right,
up if you're
yeah.
listening. Yeah. Maybe fans can
it's
start
all right.
pre-gaming some Tupac or the Sade or something. Hit them up.
It's just you don't have enough of the space around it. When you roll up in there, it's like, again, it's like you're coming to a nice place. It's got some nice little pockets and stuff, but it's
We need
the
some ghetto ratchet
traditional
stuff.
big parking lot where you just got just everything popping. It's not quite like that, but yeah, Ford Field is turning up right now, man, and then the fans are really starting to be about what Lions represent. So
Yeah, it's awesome.
Herman, I appreciate you stepping on. I just put next time I see you stiff arm someone in the highlight, I'm gonna think you're listening to Tupac. Hit him up.
that's hit them up.
Ron, either way, man. I got my Catchman collection.
I'm gonna keep it clean on my mouth, right? I'm gonna keep it clean right now.
I had to stop myself
I
too.
definitely had the explicit version. I was rolling with this.
Yes.
Oh, for sure.
Oh,
I wasn't playing
absolutely.
around.
Grab your Glock if you see Tupac. Hey, man, tell us about these Catchman collection, Blake. It's some of the shirts. What we got going on this week, man?
Oh yeah, man. So I'm starting next year, and even starting this year, man. You can start rolling out my legends, rolling out my Catchman collection. I got it for all the sports, so I'm not just showing love to just the Lions. I'm showing it to all the Detroit sports, even some of our local colleges and stuff like that. But it's just representing, man, what we stand for sports. So my Catchman collection is something I've been working on to release. Just a lot of different, the alter ego, but leaning into where you can rock your stuff at the any of the team games with their gear as well. It won't look out of place. But every day we win it. I don't have to worry about whether it's wins or losses as a team. I rock my stuff because we win it every day. Catchman collection.
Let's go.
That's for the fans.
Yes, sir. Make sure you guys get it, and make sure you guys turn up like they used to in the Silver Dome.
So we need those
jealous.
Silverdome fans. I want to
I'm
see
jealous
fights in
of
the
those
stands,
days,
man.
Yeah.
Yep.
I appreciate you so much.
Grab it when you're here, Tupac.
Yeah.
It's nice to have that, that nice, your new girl, whatever. But sometimes you just miss that old ratchet
You
thing.
miss
Like
the little ratchet thing for sure.
Yeah, I'll have to send you guys over. I'm gonna send you over what my hit list is, like what I rock today, and you'll see it's still some of that old school.
Yes.
You'll see it's still some of my little DMX. It's still some of that. I'm gonna send it over
Please
to you.
do.
I'm gonna send you my top 10. I'm gonna just send 10 of them, and then you can post them for me.
Please
We'll
do.
play it before our show. Get hyped before we go on the
Yeah,
show.
because Chris actually,
Okay.
our technical director, he has like a hip hop podcast.
Yes, sir.
So you know what? For sure, send that
Okay.
over because I know he would love that more than anybody.
I just found
right.
out yesterday. I share
gonna
a
be a
birthday
dad.
with DMX.
Oh.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Shout out DMX.
Shout out
Did you see his
DMX.
documentary? Did you see his documentary he had on Netflix?
No,
No, not
I didn't know he
yet.
had
I think
one.
it was Netflix. He had it. Yeah, there was
Might
one
not
that
know
was
what I'm
on
doing
there, man,
tonight.
recently. Yeah, it was pretty nice, man. Just seeing kind of his whole rise. He talked about how he rolled out to Baltimore, and he went down there to show him how they hit, up in New York, how he brought that down there. So it's a little bit deeper, man, story than just what we saw there.
I'm gonna have to watch that one.
That's awesome.
I was listening to him on the Breakfast Club. He was talking about like when his rap beefs. He's like, you used to go back in the day, you get him in an elevator.
Yeah.
He's like, nowadays the cameras everywhere. You can't do none of that. He's like, that's why I stopped the game.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's about that life, man.
Yeah, man. Herman, I appreciate you joining us, man. Make sure you guys head over to hermanlow.com and see you next week, man.
Thanks so much, Herman.
All right, appreciate it. Always. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. I remember listening to one thing about DMX where he said like Sarah McLachlan saved his life
Why?
because like he was in a really bad way, like drugs and stuff like that, and he heard the Sarah McLachlan song. He's like it inspired him to be a better person and move on.
Sade.
But let me tell you guys about Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness is the home of the judgment-free zone where you can work out in a non-intimidating, judgment-free atmosphere. You get all that for $10 a month, no commitment, no matter where you are. There's a Planet Fitness close by. They got 50 in Metro Detroit and thousands more throughout the world. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential. Now let me tell you about Jack Labrador. Has watching and arguing about sports made you a last-minute holiday shopper, feeling more pressure than Jared Goff in the pocket behind an injured O-line? Jack Labrador has you covered. It is a change. It will change your gifting game, an in-your-face heads-up play that'll have you on the edge of your seat. It is one deck that brings 3 games to the table, perfect for lazy last-minute shoppers like you. Jack Labrador is the perfect game that keeps giving the gift of the holiday season. Scan the QR code above and go to jacklabrador.com to get your gifts today. And if you need gifts for your pets, all you got to do is go to Premier Pet Supply. Premier Pet Supply is hands down Michigan's best pet store, family owned and operated for over 30 years, 13 Metro Detroit locations, over 60 brands of food, lowest prices, and curbside home delivery. Premier Pet Supply, give your pet the best at www.premierpetsupply.com.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. West Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find good car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Could you imagine him walking out the field with the fucking Imperial March?
But I was thinking too, like that Sade, because honestly, you're coming out like Coliseum, something like that. You probably would want something like, you know, to be in the fucking moment, calm me down a little bit.
You'll be in my heart. You'll be in my heart.
Stay on.
We're the heart of home at Big Boy with our all-new down-home comfort dishes. Feast on homestyle goodness with our Southern Comfort Chicken Bowl, veal parmigiana, and apple pie hot cakes. The down-home delight doesn't stop there. Potato pancakes are back. Dive into the richness of our perfectly crafted potatoes with our classic potato pancakes and our stuffed potato pancakes. Top off your meal with our new gingerbread shake, a seamless blend of
Hamlin and
sweet gingerbread flavors. Nothing beats the comforting taste of down-home cooking. Enjoy every bite, only at Big Boy.
We've just received word. The world's cannabis supply has vanished. The public is outraged.
What do we have here now? You wanna ride or die?
Come with me.
What do we have here now? You wanna ride or die?
Bro really sounded like God on that one.
I ain't a killer, but don't push me. Revenge is like the sweetest joy next to getting. Picture pellet grass and loaded. Wise words being quoted. Pick the weakness in the rap.
And the soda.
Man.
Rip.
Shit popping on the roof.
Dude, the hardest thing Tupac ever did was how he ended that album, where he just like,
and
he's
at
like,
home.
I got my money up, I'm ready to
We're
go to war.
there
And you
with
just hear like
smarter
all the
security
gunshots and
solutions.
everything.
Featuring complete automation with
Oh, for
customized
sure.
alerts and more. For over 90
Yeah.
years, we've
Dude
been the
took out a whole
company that's
crew.
been counted on to protect what matters
Him
most,
up is
all
better
with
than
personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive
Him
a
up
free
better
video device
know
plus free
mustache.
installation with a new home system.
Hamlin and Bullseye.
Guardian Alarm.
Hamlin.
We
and Bullseye.
protect Michigan.
Ether over hit him up.
Hit him up's way harder. The shit talking to Ethan.
Hamlin.
My fofo, make sure all your kids don't go.
Hamlin Pub. Have you ever wanted a bar where you're a regular? We have just the place for you. Head to one of Hamlin Pub's 7 locations and experience where everybody, a regular, everybody
Everybody in
experience
the club
the
get
new
tips.
favorite pub for all things sports because they have half off pizza on Tuesdays. They've got food and drink specials for all NFL and Michigan sports games. And they got that smokehouse brisket mac and cheese. Hamlin Pub, where everyone's a regular.
And Bullseye.
BullseyeEventGroup.com, sponsored by Long Drink. You guys want to come on down, have a good time, turn up with the boys. I was there. I had a great time. I met Mark White. Dino was there from Jack Labrador. It's all thanks to BullseyeEventGroup.com, sponsored by Long Drink. Make sure you guys check it out. Get your tickets. All you can eat, all you can drink, and a free shuttle of the game.
Hail Mary!
That wasn't even planned. That
it
was
wasn't.
pretty sick. Sick wet, bro. Welcome back to World Heavyweights Live on Sports.com. I'm my boy Eazy, joined my guy Spinmo Rex. No JB Smooth, just Casper the Friendly Ghost.
Shout out Casper.
Holding it down on the ones and twos.
My guy.
Shout out to Herm. I like having I guess break, because I'm here to talk ball.
Mm-hmm.
But also like we met Herman through here. It's also nice to get to know him a little bit too.
Yeah.
And like just hearing, I don't know. Just,
Hail Mary!
yeah.
Man,
The one thing
I'm playing that on the way home.
I'm glad I didn't say it because I was like, was it a Walkman? But no, he was around for CDs when he was playing. CDs were a thing.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. Could be a Walkman.
Or probably Walkman into CDs.
Yeah.
Walkman right into CDs. Maybe.
He was using vinyls before they were cool, before they were hip. No, I'm playing.
For real though.
Hail Mary.
You ain't lying. What'd you think of my what do you call it?
Your Hail Mary? It was pretty good.
No, thank you, man. No, my glimmer of hope for Detroit Lions in the absence of. He made it sound a little scary. I'm not gonna lie. Herman made losing Ben Johnson sound scarier than I was even thinking.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna suck for sure. Like, it's not gonna be a good thing. It's not gonna be fun to lose Ben Johnson, but I have faith that they'll be able to get somebody in here, maybe not up to his, level, but someone who can definitely help.
Yeah, I guess
I'm so scared.
Yeah, I am scared. I'm not gonna lie. I was already scared, but then to hear him tell it, and they actually, I forgot. As I was asking him, I remembered in my head they went through the whole situation where they drafted a fullback, and then Barry and his dad were pissed off about it. They're like, I don't need somebody in my way. They get an extra tight end or something like that if you can grab an extra blocker. But that kind of was the downfall of the Detroit Lions and the Barry Sanders. Like half the reason he retired. If you watch back, was it Bye Bye Barry?
Yep.
It kind of puts it all in perspective for you. That exact situation. They re-signed Scott Mitchell, or not even re-signed Scott Mitchell, but they signed with a fat ass deal. Then the offensive coordinator went. It's eerily similar to the situation we're looking at now. I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying. I'll say this about Jared Goff though. One of his favorite pregame songs, favorite pregame artists. You guys already know because I said it before, but Eminem. Yeah. Eminem. So shout out to Jared Goff for showing Detroit love. That was even before he was here.
As long as he's not listening to
dude's probably drinking Mountain Dew.
Oh my God, what song is it?
It's so crazy we both thought Tarzan though.
What's that?
He said
Tarzan. That's the greatest soundtrack of all time.
The drums are just lit in that one.
What's the Eminem song? It's like you'll live, right, left.
Till I collapse.
Till I collapse.
That's one of the best songs.
Song's bad luck. Song's
Why?
bad luck.
Why?
Hopefully he doesn't listen to it.
Why?
We during high school, we listened to it before a game.
That's a fucking banger.
We listened to it before a game in the locker room. We got hyped. We were all listening to it, singing it, getting hyped. We're on the bus to the game, singing it, getting hyped. We lost 54-0.
So you collapsed.
And we collapsed.
Till I collapsed.
And one time we were driving around, smoking a little schmirk, and my friend's iPod was on shuffle. Until I Collapsed came on. Cop drove right in front of us. And we drove like a couple blocks away, came back, circled the block, same exact spot.
No op.
Till I Collapsed came on again. Another cop drove by. So it's bad luck. So hopefully he doesn't listen to that song.
If I'm ever in danger, I'm just going to play Till I Collapse.
Yeah. It's a beacon to cops.
It's a beacon to cops.
Man.
Probably true in Metro Detroit.
Aaron Graves, difference between Goff and Mitchell. Goff is hood. Don't know what he means by that, but
Till I Collapse is
security in Birmingham.
Bad luck song.
DNC EMT says I came here for political talk. Are they talking politics in the chat?
Political correctness, mate. I don't know. I don't care about politics.
I don't either. But that Shane
Good
Gillis
story.
clip was true. He said, "I don't care who's running for president. Bring Trump out."
Yeah,
for
let him debate.
Facts.
In a Hannibal Lecter
Have him come out in the Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah, that was the funniest clip.
And here we comes, special guest.
By God! It's Donald Trump!
You're gay.
His wife is a dog. His wife is ugly as a dog. That shit is funny.
All right, how about when I asked him, is Jahmyr Gibbs top 10 running back? Because that's actually a topic we had on the show sheet. Shout out to my guy, Dre. Oh, we got to go to break real quick?
We're pressing up against a break.
All right, let's go to break real quick.
Hey, yo.
We'll come back.
Chris pressing up against something at Pickles and Brothers.
Till I collapse. What I tell you guys about Fairway after that joke?
Fairway,
I'm
yeah.
supposed to
Tell us
talk
about the
meat?
meat that Chris
Come
pressing
on.
up against.
Spinny
You
can't
want
even
to press
talk.
yourself
Sorry
against
about this
something
meat.
nice.
Make sure you guys get yourself something too. Fairwaypacking.com. They've been providing Michigan's finest hotels, restaurants, and casinos with prime weight, good beef, dry aged beef, and more. It's fairwaypacking.com to deliver to yourself, or stop by in Grosse Pointe Woods for grab and go steaks.
Gabby is a college student struggling to study for her big exam. Then she discovered Syntron, a healthy way for her to stay awake and focus. Jennifer frequently has chaotic days like this until she gets online, orders some Syntron, and finds her groove. April visited her local grocery store, purchased a case of Syntron, and entered to win the Syntron 100K Vegas giveaway. Pick up your case of Syntron today at any Meijer location or visit drinksyntron.com/Vegas and enter the 100K Vegas giveaway.
Oh, we should have.
Next week.
Woodward Sports Zone Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions
we
game
told him
all
the
season
cornerbacks
long.
he's
Tune
lining
into
up
the Woodward
against.
Sports YouTube channel for his hot off the press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
All right, Cintron.
You like to win not one, but 2 vehicles of your choice. One for you and one for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Get to Lady Jane's today for an award-winning
Cintron in 15 since it's requested by the chat for a
Courtesy of
countdown.
West Stanford Buick GMC in
The
Ferndale.
chat has been
Lady
requested
Jane's,
a countdown.
open 7 days a week.
Cintron.
Log in anytime.
5,
It's wicked awesome.
4, 3, 2. It's the Cintron Energy. Drink it and live it. And you can enter for a $100,000 trip to Vegas. Take your closest friends and live it up in the city that never sleeps. It's the Cintron Energy. Drink it and live it. You can purchase it now at drinkcintron.com/Vegas and buy Cintron at your local Meijer store. It's Cintron, the healthier energy drink with great taste for the people who desire to look good, feel good, and be the best versions of themselves. Go to drinkcintron.com/Vegas.
Check it out.
Rip, rip.
How about this? I actually put out there on Twitter land yesterday. I know we're talking about running backs. We can talk about that too. But I said I think, and I was a little hesitant, but I said I think the Detroit Lions beat this version of the Philadelphia Eagles. Is that a crazy statement?
I mean, no, the Eagles have not looked good their past 3 games.
How fucking awesome would it be to see Dan Campbell beat the fuck on Matt Patricia?
Jesus. Yeah, that'd be pretty sweet.
yeah.
Jesus.
Relax.
Stop
pushing up against the table.
I hate him. I hate him.
Yeah, it would be definitely therapeutic. It would be awesome if Matt Patricia gets his curb stomped by the Detroit Lions.
Would you rather that or Stafford at home? Because both could be at home.
Yeah, can I say both?
No, you have to pick one.
I'd rather them destroy Matt Patricia because I have a deep resentment for Matt Patricia.
And especially because Dan Campbell's like fucking him, like just towering over him, the fucking handshake line, like
Yeah.
pussy.
Well, he's the defensive coordinator. He's probably not going to
Who
shake
cares?
his
So
hand.
go spit on him. I don't give a fuck what he is.
Aaron Glenn could go spit on him.
Yeah, just hold him back. Okay, just ask him jumping, Matt Patricia.
They find Matt Patricia like Private Pile.
Yeah.
Hold him down, just start kicking the shit out of him.
Or just fucking hand the banana, like remember the Titans? Fucking like, you bitch. You remember that part?
Yeah, it's kind of racist.
Well, they're both white, so it's not.
Yeah.
I guess it still could be, but not really.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
What you know how they should do?
Yeah, not touching that one.
You know how they should do playoffs or tournaments? Nah, this is way out of here. Way out of like left field here.
Okay.
But hear me out.
Even
All
more
blacks
racist?
versus all. Just kidding. No, but seriously.
Race wars.
Hear me out. Pink. You ever heard like when people race like pink slips? Like
Yeah.
you race, so like you get that team's best player and
So
you move on
like
to the next round.
like Yu-Gi-Oh. Like
Oh, yeah.
used to play back in
Shout
the day
out.
for cards. Like
Yeah, that's fair.
I'll
Yeah.
play my boys and we'd be like, all right, whoever, if you lose, you got to give. They get to take one card out of your
What's the
deck.
sickest card you lost, Spencer?
I lost a Red Eyes Darkness Dragon one time. That kind of hurt.
Yeah.
It kind of hurt.
I did too. I lost a Dark Magician and a Red Eyes. And then I was like, okay, no more pink slips.
Yeah.
Well, I was nice for real.
Oh, I was cold to you.
I didn't really lose anyone.
I was nice. I
I lost
nice.
a Buster Blader, but I got him back.
Oh, yeah. I actually lost a Buster Blader and got
I
him
had
back
all his
too.
like little power ups. And I
Yeah.
was like, I was fucking them up.
I was losing to my friends, and then I found my little cousins. I just worked, and then I built the deck up, and then I
That
started
would be
beating the
dope
homies.
though. We play the Rams, beat the Rams, grab us Aaron Donald.
Oh my god!
Who would you grab?
Aaron Donald.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Over Staffy?
Yeah.
That's just disrespectful, Eazy. But I feel you.
I thought Staffy.
I feel you,
what I
but
thought, man.
Play the Eagles, beat the Eagles.
Ooh, AJ?
then you get Jalen Hurts.
No. I don't-
Carter?
Yeah.
Let's have Aaron Donald, Connor, and Aiden Hutchinson.
Yeah.
Would you rather see?
Or I'll grab
Would you rather see this playoff style NBA or NFL?
NBA.
NBA.
It would
for
make
sure.
more sense NBA.
NBA
Yeah.
would be sick.
Oh, bro.
You get an upset in the first round. The Nets get Giannis on their team.
The Heat last year. If the Heat got
The Heat
Giannis,
could have Giannis? Oh.
yeah,
He could
Come
have
on, bro.
Giannis. They could have had Didn't they beat
Tatum?
the Sixers too?
So we
they beat the Celtics.
So NBA is like probably more like realistic situation where it could happen. Like
Yeah, and also just because like one player can impact a game much more than like in football. Obviously, Aaron Donald to the Lions would be a huge help. But
I am a hater.
Chris, do you have a tattoo on your forehead?
I do not.
Why?
Why is that a question?
I don't know. It's in the chat.
You let him talk. He's talking.
No.
He forgot what he's saying.
I thought he was done talking.
No, that was it. I was done talking, but that was just out of
Who the fuck's
pocket.
talking?
God.
God, is that you?
Spike Lee.
Yeah, if we played for Pink Slips, I would definitely pick up Matt Patricia from. I'm playing.
From the Eagles?
From the Eagles, I pick up. We need some corners, bro.
Yeah.
I know Slay's not healthy now.
Slay would
but
be sick.
I'd grab Slay.
Or
maybe.
Bradbury.
Yeah, it's crazy because they're
Or
like
AJ
a
Brown.
team.
AJ Brown.
Yeah, just don't think about it. Grab the best player every time.
Yeah.
AJ Brown. You think Jalen Hurts is hurt?
Yeah, I mean, I think he had.
Because we know from our fantasy perspective, we both had AJ Brown. His numbers were crazy.
Yeah.
Then to like nothing. Only had,
I think Jalen Hurts had poopy pants in the last game, so.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully he'll be ready to go next week.
Yeah, I'll grab Donald from the Rams for sure.
Oh yeah, 1,000%.
You're not even considering Stafford.
No, you're taking Aaron Donald.
And I'm playing him at quarterback.
Yeah, I'll play him anywhere. Like I'm taking Aaron Donald.
Oh, dude, imagine him as like your fullback or something. He got lower.
Imagine him as your defensive tackle. That'd be pretty fucking cool.
That's silly.
Yeah, really. Yeah.
That's silly.
That's silly. All right.
Just imagine though the Pistons pink slip. They'd never get anybody. They just never get anybody. They just have the same.
We just have
garbage
no
team.
fucking team.
Yeah.
Nobody would take anybody off the Pistons
And-
either. They'd be like, we're good.
They
Keep
just
trying though.
Hey, what's that rule? Double it and pass it to the next. That's what they do every time they play the Pistons.
Cade career high last night. Still took a no.
Yep.
Yeah.
Disappointing.
Dontrell. Oh man.
Dontrell what? Dontrell what?
Yeah, they're talking about Chris's forehead.
What's wrong with his voice? I don't understand.
I don't know.
Put the camera on you, Chris. We could see it better on the camera.
I'm like,
this is just my face.
Turn your head like a bird, though. You're like,
oh hi.
all right. Is Jahmyr Gibbs a top 10 running back?
Yes.
Cheers.
Yes.
Yes.
What running backs are you taking over Jahmyr Gibbs?
Christian McCaffrey.
Hater.
Ah, fuck, you're right. Nobody. He's the best in the league.
You're a fucking hater.
He's the greatest.
If you don't believe he's the best alive, you're a fucking hater. You're not a real Lions
I
fan.
would take anybody over him.
No, that ass. Who would you take, though?
Christian McCaffrey.
Okay.
Damian
Pierce.
Saquon. Healthy Saquon.
Yeah, I said the same thing.
K9.
Okay.
Man. Then the list kind of gets short.
Isn't that fucking crazy, bro?
Yeah.
Isn't that wild to think about?
It's kind of a short list.
That's why I want to ask him a little bit, because I get the offensive line's part of it. That's why I put in the text last night. I was like, look, if K9 was behind this Detroit Lions line, it'd be it'd be OVOXO on to the next show. But Jahmyr's been that.
Kyron Williams is looking pretty good, but I don't know if I'd take him over Gibbs.
I don't know where I'm at with Chubbs too with that injury. You know what I mean?
I definitely, if Chubb's healthy, I'm taking Chubb for sure.
RP. Yeah, Chubbs would be up there.
But I do honestly expect like
Chubb,
a step
why we call him
loss.
Chubbs?
You can't.
Yeah, why are you guys calling him
like
Chubbs?
Drake's producer or some shit.
No, you're just fucking Happy Gilmore's coach.
We got 40 and Chubbs in the booth. and what's that other dude he brings? Oh,
40,
doesn't
40.
he call?
I don't know. But fuck that. We're not talking about Drake right now. We're talking about fucking the fact that there's only fucking 3 running backs in the National Football League now, 3 to 4, that you would take over. That means the conversation started top 10. That means he's top 5, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I'd take him over Tony Pollard. I'd take him over what Derrick Henry is right now. I'd take him over Swift. I'd take him over Moser.
crazy.
I'd take him over James Cook. I'd take him over ETN, Rashad White, Joe Mixon, Josh Jacobs. You could argue, but I'd take him over Jacobs.
Fuck no. Why do you like Josh Jacobs so much?
He's good, man.
He's not.
He's good.
Overrated.
He's good.
Nope. Dismissed.
Definitely taking him over Najee's bum ass.
Go to your room.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, dude, there's...
Isn't that crazy to think about, bro?
It is pretty Kamara?
Yeah. That's
Eckler?
That's a good one.
Nah. I think Jahmyr's a better actual running back.
Yeah.
Eckler's nice in the pass game though. So if I make this a poll in the Woodward Sports chat right now, what I do? Because what we have CMC.
They
Kamara.
put him
Damn alligator bit my hand off.
Saquon. Listen to me though. Stop. CMC, Saquon, Kamara, Chubbs. If you want Chubbs. Goddamn, I did it again. If you want
Damn alligator bit my hand off.
Is it fair to ask top 5?
Yeah, it's fair to ask top 5. I think he's no doubt top 10.
And by the way, I saw a couple comments in Woodward Sports chat now just recently. They said Montgomery better than a lot of these guys too. Montgomery, I feel like it's like hand in hand with the offensive line. He's still a dog, but like offensive line's a part of it as well. Yeah, because I feel like Gibbs can make it just work wherever almost. And we have it. I don't know.
MC
it blows
Reeves.
my mind.
Swift ain't got nothing on Gibbs. That's a fact.
Yeah.
No, who said Swift?
No, he's just saying Swift ain't got nothing on.
Oh, then who? Come on now. Why's my guy got to catch strays? And you know, we were supposed to interview him, and then I met him, and he's like a shy guy. He ain't really like.
Did he duck you?
What happened? Yeah.
Well, I didn't think it'd be a good interview.
That's crazy.
Are you serious?
Yeah, swear to God. You already know, I thought.
You never told me this.
Well.
Yeah, that's crazy. You just said, no, we don't want this.
Well, this is like, you want to hear the whole story?
No, you said the story.
He wouldn't throw me now.
Detroit running backs just keep ducking the heavyweights.
That is true.
That's facts. That's true.
Fuck you, Jamal.
That's why we love this new fucking running back room than the last one for sure.
Yeah.
Jamal.
And if they don't interview us, with us either, get them both out of here.
Yeah, Jamal. I hope that Goku statue breaks.
No, real talk. I mean, what happened was like it was just like, oh, my bad next week, and then I was like, well, it's also like not going to be a great interview, so because he's really like reserved, quiet dude. On top of like, we're a little bit more rambunctious.
Chef says Eazy calling Chubbs is the black thing to do, like the Miami Heats or Kroger's
and Myers. Yeah.
Myers. I say Myers.
I say Myers.
Everyone says Myers.
Is it not? Oh yeah, it is Meyer.
It is Meyer. I used to. Never mind. Kamara was a pro comparison for Gibbs. Dontrell.
Yeah.
Dontrell, would you take Gibbs over Kamara or Kamara?
I'd take Gibbs over Kamara.
Put everything in a vacuum. Eliminate contract. Eliminate age. And just give them all.
Put everything in a vacuum. Put it in a vacuum. Only in America. Put him in a coffin. R.I.P. That guy died. He got put in a coffin.
Who?
They put him in a coffin, guy.
They didn't cremate him.
You don't remember that dude?
No, I don't know who that is.
He used to like go to grocery stores and be like, put him in a coffin, and like jump on shit.
No.
Oh man,
chose the wrong one.
Don't remember his name. Yeah, he got put in a coffin.
What happened?
I don't know. He died.
Oh, either way,
would have been ironic if he got.
Motherfuckers die every day.
Andrew Jones, I like Pacheco too, but over.
I'm not taking Pacheco over Gibbs.
No, why you say it like that? You said discriminatory. You ever had a dream where you...
I had a dream I smoked a cigarette last night.
What the fuck? What word am I looking for right now? How do you say it?
Discriminatory?
It sounds weird though, doesn't it? You put like extra. Come on, bro.
Camera shake test.
Man. Gibbs over A-Chain. That's a good question. iKing Sports.
That's a good question.
A-Chain keeps getting hurt.
Explosive, man. He does keep getting hurt though.
He's fucking fast as shit.
He's fast as shit.
He makes not fast.
His shit is fast.
Damn, that's actually a great question.
Put him in a coffin.
The bias in me is just gonna say Gibbs, I guess. Here's one thing with A-Chain. Is he like
A-Chain or A-Train?
Is he shooting the fucking like N1 commercial, or is he just like gone, speed, touchdown? Because Gibbs is also like making moves.
Yeah, no, Gibbs is definitely more shifty.
Yeah, probably.
A-Chain's just got them burners.
Get shifty.
And he's seeing like 5-man boxes because he got Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle.
Nice.
But honestly though,
put him in a vacuum. Put him in a vacuum.
Eliminate age. They're all 23 years old. Put them in a vacuum. They're all 23 years old on the same contract. Who would you take? I'm putting like Henry in his prime.
Put him in a vacuum. Oh, Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
But how you can get him out of the vacuum?
He's gonna bust out that fucking vacuum.
He would fucking rip the shit out of that vacuum.
Oh, dude.
All right.
Lady Jane's. Come to Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience and automatically enter to win a trip of your dreams and all expenses paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament. That's right, no expenses spared for you and 5 of your best buds. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. You know why? Because it's wicked awesome.
Since the dawn of moving people, Chevrolet has led the way.
Right now.
The world of transportation is changing. At Feldman Chevrolet, we are leading the charge forward. With every electric vehicle, every mile traveled,
Isn't that crazy,
one
bro?
Feldman at a time.
Crazy, bro.
The company that puts more Chevys on Michigan roads is now the #1 name for Chevy electric vehicles.
We could just talk shit about Spencer right now, and he wouldn't even know. Eazy.
2 of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder.
You want to fill in? He's in the bathroom.
Yeah.
No.
We do not.
You're fine.
No one can hear anything, Booner. Say whatever you want. Rap the hook to Mad City by Kendrick Lamar, Booner.
You know how? All right, let's text JB. Yo, Spinny's wild.
Booner, no one can hear us. Do the hook to Mad City by Kendrick Lamar right now.
Sports Network Detroit Lions show.
15 seconds. Feldman, Eazy.
Keep practicing.
Only on the Woodward Sports
Feldman,
Network
not on that
YouTube
computer.
channel.
5, 4, 3, 2. Feldman.
Feldman, oh God, that looks so much shorter. Feldman Chevrolet is Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer. They got over 18 locations. Find the one nearest you with FeldmanAuto.com. They got the best car buying experience in the business. That's why they're #1. FeldmanAuto.com. And check out Woodward Sports live from the Feldman Chevrolet of Novi every other Monday. Buongiorno. Buongiorno. Arrivederci. And welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights Live, WoodwardSports.com. My partner's in there taking a dump, so I'm just reading off some comments in Woodward Sports chat and having a little one-on-one with you folks. You good folks in the chat. Now, first and foremost, I guess I want to bring this back up because it kind of got glossed over because we had a legend in the building, and Herman Moore. But the Ben Johnson stuff, this is actually the guy I had the conversation with. Booter, if you want, just take Spinny's microphone just till he comes back real quick. Because I just kind of want to talk about the Ben Johnson stuff real quick that we talked about earlier today.
No, you're muted.
No, you got to press like the 7 through 13
It's like
in the
14.
press TD booth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Either
not
way.
TD booth. That'll mute me. It'll say booth.
All right, can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
Hey, let's go.
Hey, we're in the booth.
A little sound booth action.
That's what's up, man.
Boy.
All right, real quick, first question. Unless it's a topic on your show. Jahmyr Gibbs.
Yeah.
How crazy is this? Is he top 10?
I almost would go top 5. This is where I looked at it. If you look at the stretch of games since Jahmyr Gibbs has been healthy after that injury, if you go just look back at that first game where he went off all the way till now, he might be top 5 in his position.
Isn't that crazy?
Just take just that stretch of games. If you did the math on every single running back and the yards and touchdowns,
most 20-yard plus, yeah.
I think he's top 5 in his position, and he hasn't slowed down. He just keeps getting better and better. And
I think he might be in the top 10. Like statistically, I know
he's a top 10. He's a top 10 fantasy running back, and that's with him having that tough start and being out a few weeks. So I couldn't imagine in the last 7-8 weeks since he's came back from the injury that he's not top 5.
Holy shit! Someone said Raheem Mostert has 20 touchdowns this year.
No, that can't be true.
Let me see.
There's no
18.
Way. Wow.
That is insane. Yard
still the
wise,
best running back duel in the NFL, so that doesn't matter.
David Montgomery's top 10. 5, 6, 7. Yeah,
top
David
10
Montgomery's
what?
7th. Top 10 in yards.
Do you remember Austin Eckler, the thing that he threw out there that said if Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery were both top 10 running backs in fantasy football, he would shave his eyebrows?
Yeah.
There's a chance.
Are they right now?
I think Jahmyr is 10, and I think D might be 15th, 14th.
Oh, they both have to be top 10.
I think, yes. But I mean,
that's going to be tough.
The last 3 weeks, you never know. There might be a chance.
I think I'm going to run up on the
closer
Vikings.
than I'm sure he thought, or else he wouldn't have given up his eyebrows.
It's like a party week. I feel like I'm almost setting myself up for failure here, or just like to be let down pretty bad, because I'm almost overlooking this Vikings team. That's how confident I am in the Detroit Lions, like whooping that ass. At least this week. I know we play them twice, and this one's like at their place, but there's no way in hell, bro, that this Detroit Lions, like maybe previous Detroit Lions, like SOL Lions, would lose this weekend, but Dan Campbell's brand new Lions taking an L to Nick Mullins. Can you even visualize that?
You want me to be honest with you?
Yeah.
I didn't see this brand new Lions team losing to Chicago or the Packers.
Yeah, but
so I'm a little like, this is a game where
can they put it
back to back together, and can they get back to where, because we've seen them win 4 straight and dominate in all 4. Like, we've been waiting for them to have the game that they had last Sunday, so I'm just waiting to see, can they do, like, are they going to do back to back and kind of keep this momentum rolling? I think they do. Christmas Eve, they have a chance, like, especially Dan played in Detroit. He was a part of the 0-16 team.
Yeah.
He knows, I think, how important that this whole situation is right now with the Lions organization going in to have a chance to win the division title for the first time in like 30 years. So I don't think they lay in. I think they go in there and win this game. I don't think there's not the SOL stuff.
I can't even picture them losing, bro. Like, it's not that type of Lions team.
The only thing I could see happening, and this is like worst case scenario, is Justin Jefferson catches like 250 yards, 3 touchdowns. What up, Spenny? I'm in the sound booth today, man.
Oh man, I feel bad.
Booner in the booth.
Feel really bad, honestly.
All right, I asked Spenny this earlier. What?
We got a new sound lady, or a new cleaning lady.
Yeah.
Doesn't talk English. She's about to walk into a war zone. Like, yeah.
She's about to have PTSD.
It's gonna remind her of home. They remind me of home.
All right, Booner. I had this question earlier, and I didn't mean it in a disrespectful way, but because I know Stick talked about, like, he can see a Super Bowl, like he can visualize it happening.
Yeah.
Myself, Spinny, Chris, not so much. You are a little bit more positive than we are. You do believe this team a little bit more than we do. Have you allowed yourself to like get that far with it?
The only thing, this is like, you guys make fun about the path. The only thing with the path is that I truly believe is if they win out, right now they hold their own destiny for a 2 seed, right? Mm-hmm. So they have a chance at playing 2 straight home games. I truly believe if they have 2 home games in the playoffs, they don't lose those games. And if you're in the NFC Championship, that's the visual that I have.
Okay.
Is traveling. And think about this, fellas, because I was thinking about this last night. If you're talking about visualizing this is what I visualized. I visualized the Detroit Lions getting a first-round game, say, versus the Rams in the 2 seed, beating them. Then you get a second-round, say, versus the Cowboys at home, right? Mm-hmm. And then the next matchup to kind of go to the NFC Championship game on the other side,
probably
it's the Eagles versus the 49ers.
Yeah.
Imagine if the Eagles beat the 49ers, which is possible. Or
you think,
I know what you're saying, but like we're acting like that's like out of this picture. You said to visualize it, right?
Yeah.
So when I'm visualizing it, I'm saying the Eagles 49ers or Cowboys 49ers on the other side. There's a chance one of those teams knock off the 49ers. There's a chance you still host an NFC Championship game. That to me is the biggest, like, if I had to visualize a chance to get to a Super Bowl, that is kind of how it works out in our favor. You win out and then you have someone beat the 49ers, which is like the Cowboys and Eagles could do it at their best.
I don't think so.
They could catch that.
I think Jalen Hurts is hurt.
Again, I don't like saying that. Like, at their best, like this team at their best. If the 49ers are at their best, they're beating every single team in the NFL.
Yeah, but I'm just, like, if something comes out that day, like anything can happen in the NFL. If the 49ers versus another team, like 49ers aren't untouchable. They've lost 3 straight this year. Like, yes, they're really damn good, but they're not untouchable. So a Cowboys team playing at their best could beat the 49ers. An Eagles team playing at their best could beat the 49ers. And same with the Lions team playing at their best. They can compete with the 49ers. So to say that, like, there's not a chance that the Lions end up not having to play the 49ers to get to the Super Bowl, that's where I'm like the Booner path really comes in play. To where you look at it to where that is like a legit thing that can happen now because the Lions control their own destiny. And if something happens on the other side of the bracket to where Dallas somehow makes it to the NFC Championship game, you're hosting that game because you have the 2 seed.
It's crazy.
That's where I'm at with it.
Yeah, it's just a lot of ifs and maybes.
Even with the 49ers, if they win the Super Bowl. Like, you're just saying ifs because you don't want to believe it. But, like the 49ers, they're
But no, you
saying,
literally
if
just
this,
said,
if
like,
that.
if this team happens and this team plays their best game, they can do it.
That's what this whole conversation's about, is all ifs.
Yeah.
Like, everything we talk about going forward is all ifs.
But on paper,
When we
like,
talk
I think the
about Jared
49ers
Goff,
are
those
going
all
to win.
ifs.
On paper, if the 49ers play the Eagles, I expect the 49ers.
You expect it, but that doesn't. We're in the NFL here. This isn't college football where you have a 30-point spread. 49ers, Dallas Cowboys are probably a 4-point spread in the playoffs. Not even that.
Probably.
I'm telling you, if they play like this is, I've done a lot of gambling in my life. They're probably not
Even
gonna
after the 49ers beat them by 30 points.
They probably in the playoffs. They're probably not going to be a touchdown favorite. I get what you're saying. They're really good, but they like every team in the NFL right now has shown they're beatable. That's where I'm at with this.
Except for the 49ers.
If my grandmother had
49ers
wheels, she would have been
a healthy 49ers. A healthy 49ers.
Maybe they get injured.
But that goes back to the maybe thing. But I'm not mad at it. I guess like when you were talking though, I did allow myself to visualize a little bit of a NFC Championship. Is there an NFC Championship patch in those games?
Patch?
Yeah, the AI in my mind made one. Yeah.
The AI in your mind, though. Computing.
Yeah, that's how I visualize it. I just can't. I can't do the Super Bowl just now.
What, is there a booner drop in there?
No, dude. I'm just looking at all these drops here.
Drop one.
Stoke not scared.
Stoke not scared. Stoke not scared. Stoke not scared.
Is D-Mac still here?
Was he in the back when you were in there?
He's here?
He was.
He was.
Came in.
He tapped that window and we thought it was you and we were like, fucking booner.
I need to get to D-Mac.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I should. Well, I don't
tomorrow
think you were
he'll be
here.
here.
When you got here.
All right.
Don't talk about that on air.
Big Boy. Winter in Detroit is always
Yeah, wait till
better
commercial,
with
nobody
comfort
can hear
foods
us.
from Big Boy. Try the veal parmesan or the new Southern Comfort Chicken Bowl. How about breakfast? The stuffed potato pancakes are back. Classic Lumberjack Santa Fe Garden and the apple pie hotcakes that are too good to miss. Top it all off with a gingerbread shake for dessert. Much more at your local Big Boy.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
Yo.
It's Planet Fitness.
I think mine's still.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month.
No,
With
he's
over
not.
2,400 locations and equipment
He lost
for
it
every
in 8th
workout,
grade.
you can get in, get energized,
Thanks, dude.
and get going. And with free fitness training at most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime.
Come hang with the Woodward Sports Crew all throughout football season on Saturdays and Sundays. So join our college football and Detroit Lions live watch parties.
Inside the 5, caught, end zone, touchdown Detroit Lions!
With money on the line, featuring different special guests and surprises. Start times will vary depending on the game. Only on our Woodward Sports YouTube channel.
Your home is your most important asset. Flexibility in the sales process is key. When you work with Mark White & Associates, you can cancel at any time, for any reason, without penalty. Speaking of flexibility, check this out. Who you work with matters. Hire the best broker in the game.
Hey, are you looking for home and auto insurance? Shop it with the best. That's Mark with Swiss Insurance. Contact him at Mark at SwissINS.com. 248-841-77. Kachuga.
Was that a good one? Have you seen that video where the guy's like, what are you doing walking around with that purse? He's like, purse, you know, I got big bottles in here. He pulls out like a gallon of Patron. He's like, big bottles, you know, get your money up, not your funny up. Like, walks away. That shit is so funny, dude. What are you?
I was itching my back.
Multicoder's going crazy.
Why? What do it look like?
Multicoder's going crazy.
What do you mean, what does it look like?
It's about to sit on it.
No, you're fine.
I'll mute yourself, Booner.
Booner, can I hear your best growl?
No, I want to hear your best
Should I
goofy
play some music?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's rap.
How do I turn it low?
No, you're fine. Do your best goofy impersonation.
No, I'm not doing that on air.
Can you do Mickey Mouse?
No.
That's one I wouldn't do on it. You Is that how he sounds?
Yeah.
I don't really know
Listen
how
up,
Mickey
you
Mouse
little
sounds.
fucks. It's the Mickey Mouse from
Family
South Park.
Guy or South Park, yeah.
You little fucks are trying to ruin this all for me, huh?
All right, mailbag. When will y'all learn to stop sleeping on divisional opponents.
Matthew
And
Catterall.
start putting some respect on their name.
No, yeah, you can't sleep on division opponents for sure. The Vikings are kind of, downtrodden now that they're missing a quarterback, but they're still a division opponent. They still have a lot of playmakers on offense, so you can't sleep on them for sure. But the Lions should win these games.
Divisional opponents, I don't sleep on them. I think I'm the one that's like kind of realistic about every matchup we go into every single week. And then I get called scaredy cat by a bunch of you guys in the Woodward Sports chat. But
get your money up, not your funny up.
It's just if I'm gonna be able to look at Dan Campbell
crazy
and believe him to take me to the promised land, I can't sit here and believe that he's gonna take a L to Nick Mullins. And another thing too, I like a realistic thing. I probably say this for later on in the week. Just like looking at how situations have gone, coaching staffs versus coaching staffs. The Detroit Lions owned the Vikings for the most part last year. Like they almost beat them at home, and did come down to Dan Campbell making like a stupid decision. But the in-game coaching decisions outside of like Dan Campbell's like game management at the end of it, it was the Detroit Lions are going to win that game in Minnesota, and they kind of just, Dan Campbell was the one who choked it away. And then back at home, we were stunning them so much that we were literally tossing the ball at Penei Sewell. So I just think that this coaching staff, is in the same way that the Seahawks seem or feel to own us a little bit, I think the Detroit Lions have that advantage over the Minnesota Vikings. Unless the ass whoopings motivated them enough to like, I don't know. Actually, you know what? I'll take that back. You want to know why?
Why?
Brian Flores.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Brian Flores has been like a difference maker for that Minnesota Vikings team.
He
so
is
actually,
good.
I will have to take that back. And I still don't think Nick Mullins beats us. I think no matter who the division coordinator is, I think this offense should be able to eat with this offensive line. Jahmyr Gibbs should be a top 5 back. How crazy is that to say?
It's a better defense than last year.
Matthew Catterall says, Spence, I'll make out with you. Don't fly that way, but appreciate it. Very flattering.
It's awesome.
You have your pilot license?
Mailbag. How big is CJ gonna be? About 5'10".
I'd say about
like like that.
It's not the Christmas tree.
Wow.
Damn.
CD Deuce.
CD Deuce.
He's gonna be pretty big, man. Somebody posted his highlights last night, and
it kind of looks like corn on the cob.
Forget how much of a playmaker he is.
Don't forget where Eazy put that.
Yeah,
he's a smart guy. Wicked smart.
Jesus.
Imagine how spunky Spinny would be if he was snagging a chick.
What does that even mean?
I don't know.
I got game.
I got game. Take a lion-sized dump.
Booner.
Hey,
Booner, give me the thumbs up.
You want to know who has game? You guys want to come party with us?
Yeah.
Saturday we're gonna be at
Cicerelli's. We got a.
Who got games, Spinny? Let them know who I got.
He's got some game, bro.
Let them know who I got.
We might have a legendary MILF in the building, y'all.
Legendary. And you know her too.
She won MILF for the year.
Literally
about 5 years straight.
Really? He's not lying.
I ain't lying.
Her name is in the group chat.
Her name starts with a K and ends with an Andra, and her last name starts with an L and ends with an Ust.
And I'm gonna end with a
thrust.
That too.
Yeah.
Booner, are you excited?
Yeah, I didn't know she won that
we
award.
all said
That's a
different
great
things
award
too.
to win. Shout out to her.
How did you not know she won that award?
I just didn't.
She won MILF of the Year like 3 years in a row.
Yeah,
I have researched a lot of her work for this role. I'm excited to meet her. I'm going to break down her film tonight. I'm going to watch her all 22.
One thing about me is I'm a film rat.
Yeah.
Like, one thing about me is I'm a film rat.
I'm a film rat for sure. I'm going to study that Kendra Lust film from today until Saturday night. I'm going to be like, oh, so that's the face she makes when she's... Okay, all right. Yeah,
I'm just talking. You're like,
And I've already watched the film. I'm privy to the film. I scouted her in advance. So.
Oh, never mind. I was hoping I was thinking what the mic was hot before the show.
King Horse says I'm gonna stuff her studio. Okay.
What up, Booner?
Reigning. Like she's currently the reigning.
She's the reigning MILF of the year.
I was like, what?
No, it looks like it's pretty good.
It's pretty clear outside, bud.
Just a little cloudy.
Is she reigning? I don't know.
I'm gonna get an autograph.
I mean, I can make her reign. Hey-o! She actually helped put me on the map a little bit with the podcast too. She a real one.
Yeah. Oh, okay. She knows her shit. She likes MMA. She's obviously a fan of Detroit sports. She's from the D, so
she played basketball. She's a hooper. Oh. It's funny we were talking about it. She's like, well, I do dribble balls still.
Yeah, that sounds good. I just said she's from the D. But no, she's a great lady. She's
trying to help me.
Great personality.
Trying to help me bang the chick from Roast.
Yeah.
But I heaved the half quarter.
You did heave ass. Bro's never talked to her outside of work.
No, I have. But I just never.
I don't know. That might have been from the parking lot.
How that from that sense? Yeah.
Spencer's going to show his O face. Oh.
All right, before we go, Booner, can we see your O face?
Let's see your O face. Oh.
Just say
Oh.
Oh yeah, man. Man, we gotta fix this kid.
All right, but that'll do it for us today. Appreciate y'all tapping in to the Woodward Sweaty Weights live on WoodwardSports.com. For Eazy, for Booner, for Chris, I am Spencer. We had Herman Moore on. Shout out to Kendra Lust as always. We'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.